All right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to an exclusive Monday here on the Dating Diaries. I am Crystal Jordan, your host, and I am always one half of the conversation here on Dating Diaries. The other half is Scorpio Moe.
Oh, man. What? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday after the Super Bowl. Trying to I'm trying to make sure that we are going. I'm trying to go live. I'm having trouble. It is not allowing me to go live. Jesus Christ. Happy Monday after the Super Bowl. Mo, how was your Super Bowl? How was your Super Bowl Sunday?
I don't know. Well, I didn't watch the game.
You didn't watch the game at all?
Nope. I didn't even turn on TV.
Oh.
And then by the time I got in, I was exhausted and took things, ate, and went straight to bed. So that was my Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. So you didn't enjoy any of the festivities?
No, I've barely seen any clips, to be honest with
you. Okay. All right. Well, then we'll just move past that.
The energy wasn't there for me. The excitement, the electricity in the air, it didn't feel like Super Bowl Sunday. It really didn't.
Okay. All right. Well, hey. Okay. Well, then, like I said, we'll just move past the Super Bowl, and I guess I'm trying to get us to be able to include Instagram, and we are. Oh, okay. Maybe we can. Okay. We're good. All right. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube, and it is Monday. And I will just say, I was trying to enjoy my weekend. I went to spend some time with the horses and my honey bunny. And we went out, we worked with the horses all day, and we had a really good time. And I kept getting like calls and DMs and things from the things that were happening on social media. And so I thought that after I had a few people, and I just want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone that sent me the videos. People sent me videos. People sent me paragraphs of their thoughts. And I just want to say thank you so much to our XO family. You guys are good on keeping us keeping us in the know. I heard you got some of the same.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they want me to say anything, but definitely hit me. I got a few, and very interesting. Do y'all sleep?
First of all, I well, you know what? I appreciate it.
No, I do. I just didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it either. And I will tell you what else. I want to say this because I do want to have a conversation. We have a guest coming tonight. And I actually am very thankful that this guest agreed to come. I'm not going to hold you guys. Vince is going to be joining us in just a bit. About 10 minutes, Vince should be joining us. But before he comes on, I do want to talk a little bit about what I saw on social media. I mentioned it a little bit in one of my Grace and Gossips this morning. And before we get into this, because you guys, I feel like I need to put up the viewer discretion notice. This podcast features unfiltered commentary, candid analysis, and perspectives that may be uncomfortable for some audiences. If you are sensitive or easily offended, you are respectfully advised to exit the broadcast now. Cast members of Ready to Love are likewise advised that part 1 of the reunion will be discussed. Actually, part 1, part 2, and the aftermath will be discussed with honesty and critique. And if that level of commentary feels uncomfortable, we fully respect your right to disengage.
In other words, if this is uncomfortable for you, exit stage left.
Yes. GTFO. Another way to put it, because I want to have a real conversation. You guys, I wrote this article and I did not read it. But I want to read a little bit here, and I want to talk about this because when I saw this, I was really really disturbed at what I saw. I'm talking about the situation with Devon and Devon. I'm sorry, Devon and Channon, and I believe it's Devon and Channon, and actually Nicole, because she was a part of how this all took place.
You got to stir in Mercedes in there a little bit too.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm sorry, I forgot about that. And Shannon's friend Mercedes, who was from another show, and I'm not really understanding why they chose to include her in that. I guess, you know, it's good to see. The Ready to Love family likes to see past guests. You guys know I'm really good friends with Shay, and Shay's been a guest here several times. We've had other guests I used to interview quite a bit of the cast, like regularly, right? So we've had a lot of guests on here, but I'm not really sure why her portion was that long, right? And why she was allowed to basically just give negative feedback on the guys that Channon was dating. I feel like, you guys know, I started out with an article about Nicole and Channon. I feel like out of the girls, I felt like they were like the good girls that I could connect with. Whenever you watch a show, everybody has people that they connect with, that they could, you know, feel like that person, they know that person, they understand that. I think that's very normal, right? It's kind of like how when you have a boy band, you know, everybody picks one that they really like or they really connect with. And I felt like I really appreciated the example that I saw with Nicole and Channon. Now, I will admit that example has been, you know,
Painted?
Huh?
Painted properly?
Yeah, definitely pushed. But I also think, you know, just because you have a lot of good quality does not mean that you're perfect, does not mean that you don't make mistakes. And so I also attempt to give grace on this channel to everybody, you know, whether I connect with them or could see myself in them or not. So I felt like when I saw the reunion, when I saw the clips, I put this out before the reunion, I felt like it was very unfair that some of the things that Devon had shared in confidence were shared on the stage. And I said, you know, for many, so political alignment, I've always felt is very personal. I feel like it's okay for us to have conversations and people to share their feelings, but when you get to trying to cancel someone or shame them because of their beliefs, I don't agree with that. I understand that we're in a very polarized political season right now. And I understand why some people, specifically because of what's happening right now, it's difficult to show grace, right? But I just don't feel like that has any space in a dating reality show. So I said that this, you know, this idea of African American women specifically, and when I say this information, I want you guys to be clear. I'm only speaking about our community because that is the community that is foremost in my mind. I do not have a lot in common. I do have things in common with white women, but right now, when I speak on my channel, I'm speaking to Black women and I'm speaking to Black men. So when we have a situation where Black women are consistently saying that Black men are not vulnerable and are emotionally unavailable, then we're asking them to act in a different way. And when we ask them to act in a different way, and then we show them what happens when they do, that is a problem, right? And it's a problem from both sides. So I said that, you know, on one hand, in this show, people criticized the women in the cast, criticized Ed and dismissed him for not opening up enough. On the other hand, men like Devon are punished for their vulnerability. It is a no-win scenario that mirrors a sentiment that many Black men have expressed for years. Vulnerability often feels unsafe. Now, when I wrote this, I was talking about the fact that we saw Nicole attempt to shame Devon because of his political views. In this climate, saying that someone did not vote for Kamala Harris is highly volatile, right? It can cause a lot of reactions because of where we are politically, what's happening with this person that is in office, that is causing a lot of just hurt and all types of injustice, right? But also I saw that she shared that he spoke negatively about some of the other women, and some of the things that he said to Nicole in private were hurtful to the other women. So I want to just be honest about that. Those comments were that he did not like Dominique's values, which was the least of the insulting comments.
Right.
And then also that Channon was for the streets. And I think he didn't like someone else, but those two were the ones that hit. Channon was offended, as any woman would have been, right? And she responded, and you could see that she got really upset. Well, what we learned afterwards, and I think a lot of people knew, and they talked about on, I believe, T and the D, was what happened after the scenes. So Devon was at T and the D, and we got a chance to see, and I don't even have time to get into. I'm going to do that on another day. We're going to talk about the Bello Dominique situation, because that was totally crazy. That response that she gave, I thought it was way over the top. I watched that and I was like, we got to talk about that. But this is actually, like, to me, more important, because there's a opportunity for us to write and say, this is what we don't need to do, right? And it's more, to me, this is a lot more serious. So Devon got on. I watched that interview. Hey, you there? Devon went on live and shared what happened from his perspective. He did acknowledge, first of all, that he did say those things about the other women. He did not take accountability for not voting for Kamala Harris, but really who he voted for is not our business. I do think if he said things that were negative about that campaign, people could draw conclusions, but really who you vote for is your business, right? Even if we are in a ridiculously devastating political season. But he explained why he said some of those things. Now, explanation does not make it right, okay? But he said that Mercedes shared some of his personal business on the reunion, and it was not televised. What she shared was that her friend Channon had to deal with several things, people lying, and someone having a mechanical penis. This is very difficult to even talk about, and it's really unfortunate that it's even a part of this conversation about Ready to Love Detroit. But Devon did, in his own words, share that he was born with a physical malfunction, and that he shared that with both Channon and Nicole. And he was hurt that Channon would share that with her friend Mercedes, and that they would blast him with that information and put him out after he revealed what he did about what Nicole revealed what he did about Channon. Our guest is here, so I'm going to bring him in, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to finish this. I want to finish this, and then I'm going to ask him to chime in with something lighter. But I want to bring him in while we're talking about this. So you guys, please put your hands together and welcome to this exclusive edition of the Dating Diaries. Our good Ready to Love friend, Vince Perkins. Vince.
Is that me?
I think we're good. I think we're good. Was that you, Mo? Mo? Okay. Okay. First of all, Vince, welcome to the show, and thank you for agreeing to be here.
No problem. I'm sorry. I'm doing two things at once, but I'm gonna focus because I don't want to not give you my undivided attention. Is my audio, can you hear me fine? Am I doing something wrong? Because I'm on
No.
I just went to the link that you said, but I could see a lot of stuff going on, and
how about we just hide? Is that better? We just hide. I hit the article.
No, your screen has other screens. That's what he's talking about, because I see it too.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's also on Instagram. It was showing us both sides, but
okay. I got you.
I closed it out, but
no, you fine. I just don't want to. I don't want to mess nothing up. I want to do everything that you to do everything right for you. That's all.
Well, we're good. You're good. You're absolutely. You sound great. Your lighting is great. And again, I do want to thank you for being here, because I actually was hoping to talk to you. But before we get into that, I do want to say I was talking a little bit about as we got started, some information that was shared. Your cat.
Okay. One. I'm gonna try to push a button to make this screen better.
Okay.
So because this is too much for me. So I'm gonna try to push a button to make it better.
Okay.
And because if I go somewhere though, I'm coming right back. I
Okay.
mean, if I leave, but I feel like this one button is so loud, it's begging me to push it. So I'm gonna push this button and hopefully.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's Christal. What it is they can't see it, but the link sees it. Because right now I see you on 2 separate screens.
Oh.
Both of us. That's what we were trying to tell you. That's what I was saying. That I've seen this before, but I didn't know if anybody. But apparently, it's only on the links. It doesn't show up on the camera.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. It's not. It's supposed to. I mean, it's backstage, but it's.
No. The same thing that we're looking at right now is a smaller version on the side showing.
I know.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just a little meticulous, but I won't pay no attention at all. I'm fine. I'm sorry. I thought I could do something. I fucked it up. Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Okay, this is gonna be it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Okay, again, welcome, Vince, and hate and ignore it. Ignore the other. Just we're just right here. We're locked in. Okay. First of all, again, Mo and I are happy to have you here.
Welcome.
I actually had a chance to meet you briefly in Detroit when you and Nicole came over. It was something happened weird there, but it's okay. At another interview, but I did have an opportunity to meet you. We watched this season, and I do appreciate you being open to come on the show. Before we get started, I have a couple of lighter questions for you, just so we can kind of all get to know each other. But I do want to say, it bothered me to see what Devon shared this weekend. And Devon shared, I don't know if you saw, but I was out trying to enjoy my weekend, and I got a lot of calls and DMs about Devon sharing his side of the story, what happened to him at the reunion with Channon and Nicole. The reunion part 2 was more of Nicole sharing. And so according to Devon, it was shared off camera, but in front of everyone, that Channon had to deal with a mechanical penis. And he said it was his penis. And this is very strange. But in any case, in any case, Devon shared that this information had been shared about him, that he had shared in a what was supposed to be a safe moment. And I just want to say, as a Black woman, I wrote an article because I feel like we do have to talk about the fact that when women say that men are emotionally unavailable and that they don't share, and it's hard for them to open up. And Tammy, we're going to put you in timeout. But when we say these things about men and they do share, and then we see somebody humiliated about something that is very, very personal. Like I'm shocked that he even would share that with someone he met on a reality show. But that's what women say. Oh, well, we want them to open up. We want them to open up in 6 weeks. We want a man to be open. And I just want to say, as women, we cannot do that and then shame them, weaponize that information that we get when we're angry with them. I think certain things should be off limits. And that, to me, it bothered me because I know how deeply men are connected. Their egos is often connected to their virility. And I hope that he's okay. And I really hope that he is like in therapy, because even though he had the strength to share that could be something that's very difficult to deal with the public knowing that information. I just wanted to say that because that happened, Vince, on your season. This is what you people are doing. You're sharing.
No, I don't want to be involved in that.
I get it. I'm being funny, but that didn't have anything to do with you. This was brought to us a lot over the weekend. So I just wanted to say, I don't think that's cool. And I think that
I agree with you. I don't think that that's cool. Obviously that sounds like that is a very personal thing. You know, I guess people feel a certain way or get hurt, so they think that they want to kind of hit below the belt. Some things should be off limits when you're fighting and with words, and some things should just not be said. Everybody doesn't have the same moral code when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hard to disclose things that are very personal, because someone can get mad at you and they will hit below the belt. So that is very unfortunate. I just think that's very unfortunate. That you're saying it right now, and it's a lot.
It is a lot, but I mean, for my show, I think that this is a dating. It's like a case study, and so you get a chance to see things that happen in dating. And I have heard men. I have a lot of guy friends. I've worked in entertainment for years. I work a lot of men, and a lot of times they will tell me, women will throw something back up in your face. That's why we don't talk to them a lot. So I'm wondering what Mo is raising his hand. He's actually been one of the ones that has told me that. And we did see, I mentioned this in the article, that a lot of the women said that Ed was someone that they felt like was not emotionally available and was closed off. And then we see what happened. So I just want to ask both of you guys as men, this doesn't have anything to do with your personal experience on the show, Vince, but I do want to ask you, have you ever struggled with what to share with a woman that you're dating for fear of it coming back up later? And how do you kind of navigate that, knowing that this kind of thing can happen? Because we do know that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you navigate that, that balance?
Yeah, I don't think that I could speak to somebody if I couldn't be 100% honest with them. I wouldn't be able to speak with them. I think that it comes through the vetting process of getting to know somebody. Um, you know, Unfortunately, we've all been in relationships, we've all dealt with people. So we kind of know the kind of people that we're dealing with, because we've dealt with a lot of people. We've been on this earth for a long time, 30, 40, some 50 years. So I just feel like I try to do a lot of vetting up front and knowing who I'm dealing with. And it's never been a problem of mine, because I mean, I you know I'm always very vulnerable. I know what, things hurt me. I know things that make me mad, that make me sad, that make me cry. And I don't mind sharing it, because it just is what it is. Fortunately, uh, fortunately for me, I haven't ran into a caliber of female that would try to use it to destroy me, and that's just, I call myself fortunate, because I know people have experienced it. But like I said, obviously it's a give and take, it's exchange. If I'm sharing personal things and the person is confiding in me with personal things, then I would think that we're on the same page and in the same boat, us not wanting to use those things to hurt each other, as far as with each other or with someone else. So yeah, again, I've just been very fortunate. So
Yeah. I want to say, just lastly, to wrap this up, because I just felt like I needed to address this before we got into this conversation. Devon did acknowledge that he said something negative about Channon. He called her for the streets, or as some people would say, a 304, cultural speak. But what he said, his explanation of it, I think a lot of men struggle with, and I want to speak to this. He said that he put Channon on a pedestal because she is, the epitome of all that appears to be modest and a wife material. I believe that Nicole showed up that way as well. When Chris, I remember there was a date with Chris, and I think you might have been on it, Vince, where Chris said that he looks at Nicole and he sees, like, you know, Michelle Obama. He sees that look from their exterior, right? When you look at them and you don't know them. And I think that is, you know, I saw the same thing when I had a chance to meet both of them in person, and even just looking at them and seeing all they've accomplished. They've obviously worked very diligently. Nicole on her PhD, and Channon. And he said he put her on a pedestal because of all that she has accomplished and how she presents. And then he said, when she said to him during a conversation, a private conversation, that she was, quote unquote, really horny because she hadn't had sex in a week, he took that, and Vince does not have a poker face.
No, I didn't hear that. When is that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. You giving me information that I don't know nothing about. So
I watched I was sent videos that Devon shared, and I'm not going to share them because but I'm just telling you guys what he said. This is on.
No, I don't have a poker face at all. I don't play poker. Okay. Okay.
But the point is, Devon made an assumption about her. And I've often said, like, just because you are a good girl, that doesn't mean that you don't have a libido, that you don't have, you know, desires. And I think sometimes men will put a woman on a pedestal and then hold her own desires against her. And I think that also is unfair. I think a lot of the women were saying it goes both ways. So for him saying, and I also think that a lot of times, because you put her on a pedestal, then you're harder on her than a woman that you don't. You know, it's like, how dare she do that? And I talked to girlfriends of mine, and it's like, well, you can't really be honest with a man about your sexuality, because a lot of times he will judge you if you do come across as a good girl. It is crazy. And Mo, I've told you that many, many times, that you guys will judge and judge a woman that is a little bit more modest a lot more harshly when she's in the bedroom, and that's unfair.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, if she displays that energy outside the bedroom, and then in the bedroom is different, but that defeats the whole, that goes against the whole lady in the streets freaking this. You see what I'm saying? That goes against that whole thing. And I don't know.
It does, but I'm telling you, as one of those men that, I mean, one of those women that has often been like, you know, a guy will be like, oh, I didn't know you do. Like, and it's like, well, you can't.
I caught him off guard, but I don't know nobody that's condemning her for that.
Well, Devon did.
Well,
yeah,
well, that's a special. Come on now.
Why is that special?
So, I mean, obviously there's some other stuff going on, and he's lashing out because of what happened. But right. I don't think he believes that in his heart.
No, because Nicole revealed that first. So Nicole revealed that first, that he said that. But I would say, and I'm sorry, Vince, that you have to sit through information that you
go ahead. I like to learn. So teach me what's going on. I don't care.
But I would, because, you know, my mom's a nurse, and I asked my mom about this condition, and she said it does. It is very common. I think someone else had that in the chat. I actually went to college with a guy that had a similar situation, right? And he was very, very, very judgmental of women across the board. You know, nobody was fine enough. Nobody was this. And it was really because he was trying to reject them before they could reject him. And I don't know if that's the case or not, but for him to call her because she said that she, you know, looking forward to enjoying an intimate relationship, which all women do. All women do. I don't care if you're a nurse or you're a sex worker. Everybody enjoys sex, so it's unfair to judge women like that. And I think that type of like that imbalance, and I think a lot of times the fact it comes off as very it's crazy because a man will want a woman to say one thing and then she'll act that way, and then he'll go cheat on her with someone that's not. But I do think he was wrong, and I think the whole situation was wrong. He was wrong for calling those women those names and for speaking negatively about them to Nicole and Channon, who were not his top. Very strange that he would say negative things about people to them, and then not really value them the same way as he valued someone that didn't want him at all. Very, very strange. But I also feel like because of what he's dealing with, I think you have to show him grace. And I really hope that he's okay. Don't laugh, Vince. Don't laugh.
You're saying what he's dealing with. Let's. We don't have to talk about that. Like,
but he put it out there. He put a whole video. There are 11 videos of him sharing his situation. So I would trust me. I didn't even say it in my video earlier because I didn't want to do that. But I just wanted to get that out the way and say to our audience, it was wrong. It's wrong, and really, like, it's unfortunate that we're seeing grown-ups deal with this. It just proves that everybody was not ready to love, because that's crazy.
Yeah,
we are moving on.
I think that Channon, I mean, I don't look at her as anything less than what she is. She's a very intelligent woman. I mean, she's beautiful. She has, a nice body. I mean, you guys seen it. I don't, I know that she's an adult. I know that she, likes sex. So I don't think it would be a thing to judge her.
Yeah.
Because she's if she came and said she had sex yesterday, that doesn't mean that she's not a hardworking, lady. That doesn't mean that she doesn't have the degrees that she has. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have the career that she has. It doesn't mean that. So, I mean, it just depends on why are you speaking to her in the first place. If you're speaking to her because you want to speak to her and you want to speak to a woman that hasn't had sex with anybody in 5 years, then let's just start with that. And then you'll get your information and she'll say, well, that's not me. And then you'll move on. If you're speaking to her because she's intelligent, because of her career, because of the things that she, does in her community, then that's what you focus on. You wouldn't focus on, obviously, I'm not going to act like I want her to be just out here. And I don't want that. But I understand that she has a past before me, and if the reason that I'm speaking to her is all these other things, then I don't feel like, as long as it ain't crazy, let's not get crazy.
He's giving what he's saying too much credibility. Like, no one's like, that's just ridiculous to me to even put out there for him to even do that, and obviously he's hurt. And he's feeling the way. So, I mean, I don't really give it too much credibility. I mean, it just sounds foolish.
No. Yeah, if he's coming back saying something because something was said about him, then yeah, that does feel a little bit, back and forth ish. So, I don't know. I can't remember how it happened, but yeah, like hurt people. So,
Yeah, it was. Okay, so moving on to our star tonight, we have Vince here with us, and Vince, we enjoyed your journey. You made us laugh.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
We did. I've watched we watched you on the show, and I've seen some of you and your brother's podcast, and I will say, I want to say before we get into our conversation, I'm not a person. I actually really enjoyed you because you're like, I know people don't like me, and then that's not true. I don't think everybody did not like you.
Not everybody.
Yeah, not everybody did not like you. There was a lot of people, and I was one of them. I was like, maybe he just looks at things different. And he's very honest. He's very honest to a point of, where some people would feel uncomfortable with the honesty. But I did not. So I'm not coming from a biased position. You were definitely it was definitely interesting, the polar opposites of you and Darius, but we did definitely, like, there was not a lot of negativity here. Mo?
I had some issues. But people think because I saw some things that I didn't necessarily agree with, I didn't like you. And I was like, how do you put that you see what I'm saying?
Let me speak to that.
Yeah.
Because you guys, very popular podcast, or this thing that you have is very popular, and it's a lot of motion towards this thing. And I've seen some of the things that you said and she said. I'm not under a rock, so I could hear what you guys have said. I just think that obviously you only have to go on what you saw. So some of your interpretations of what's going on is 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 outlandish. And I think that sometimes you chose to go another way when you could have chose to go another way. It was a conscious choice for you to go away that you didn't have to, but you chose to go that way. Because if you don't have the information and you can say this way or that way, now we're talking about what your preference is in the way that you want to go. And I think that sometimes when you decided to go a way that you wanted to go, that's a personal preference of yours.
Right. Kind of like with Darius, and he was like, you didn't have to date all 10 women. Kind of like that.
And no, I think that if speaking to that, you know, when he said that was it was difficult for him because of that. Um, you know, I didn't get a directive to date 10 people. I talked to 4 people, maybe 3. I didn't even have everybody's information. Because I didn't think you had to. I didn't get that directive. So when he said that, I immediately thought to myself, why would you do that? And why would you make it hard on yourself when you could just focus on the people that you like or the people that like you? That was actually, I can see it and I can see how it sounds because I'm looking at it, but I literally was thinking like, hey man, you didn't have to do that. If that was hard for you, you didn't have to talk to 10 people. You could have just focused on 2 and you could have, it'd been okay.
What were you talking, what situation were you talking about, if you can remember, where you feel like he chose to go, there was information and he chose to go a different way?
Oh, Mo?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I could really think of, because it was the most egregious, was when the whole height situation came up.
I'm glad you said that. Good. I'm glad you said that.
Okay, so
okay, this is interesting.
But obviously, I haven't. You guys are on for a very very long time. It's very very jam packed. I can't catch it all. Sometimes some people send me stuff and be like, "Hey, go to this," and you can hear, you know. But I thought that in my mind, obviously, like I said, you don't have all the information, Mo. So that's another factor.
That's
right.
But I say that I'm 6'2". I'm probably 6'3", by the way.
right.
But that's how unimportant it is to me. It's not important. I don't care about it. I don't care about this whole height thing. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know this thing was on the internet. I didn't know that if you got to be this. I don't know anything about that. So, to the point about what you started to say, Mo, is about, oh, he's probably, he's been getting that forever because he's not really 6'2". He's probably like 6'1", and he's just been getting that. And, and I don't, let me not put this on you, because I don't know if you said this or not, but if you did, you could attest to it. Talking about like, maybe I did not make the basketball team, or it was just a lot of.
Yeah, we didn't say that.
Okay. I'm sorry then. But it was a lot of insinuations that were like, it was so outlandish because I've been tall forever. And, my son he's huge. My daughter she's tall. Like I've never had this problem in my life. And that's what kind of threw me off, because nobody's ever questioned what I was, because I've always been tall. So it was kind of like, it threw me off because I was just like, I'm even going lower than what I am. I'm probably 6'3". I'm just trying to get to the next conversation because it's really not that important to me. And I thought that, some people, now most people got it. Most people understood what I was doing and understood what I was saying. But some people, Mo, were like, well, like, it's probably because he got that a lot because he's really not that tall, and he got poked at and picked at a lot, and it was just like that is just, obviously you have made that up because you have no information about that, so you chose to go that way, which is fine, but you could have chose to go another way as well, but you just didn't.
No, well, what I said was, I said I don't know, but I said anytime I heard someone not repeat it or answer it, there was an issue. Then I started throwing darts of what the possibilities could be. It was never about the team because I didn't know whether you were or not. You could have said it and said it again, and it wouldn't have made a difference to me, but they found it. Because to be truthful, the height thing, I just heard the last maybe 10, 15 years about women. I didn't know that was a thing with women.
Because y'all are tall. Like, that's the thing. Tall.
How tall are you, Mo?
No, I'm on. If you're 3, you're 3. I'm only 6 even.
Oh, okay.
So if someone comes in and says, how tall are you? And then I repeat it, I keep it, and then they ask me again. That was the thing. And they asked again, I'm like, well, why has he got a problem repeating the truth?
But I think we can solve. I think this is it because Mo and I went back and forth about this because I was like, I think as a girl, Vince, guys do lie about their height, right? They do. But
not saying he just didn't know.
Yeah, no. But I said we can tell because I've said to a guy, I know what 6 feet tall looks like. That's not it, right?
Right.
Now, when Lauren's friends were asking, I think to me, I felt like it threw you off because you were like, they can see me. Why are they asking me? But I get what Mo was saying because he's like I asked my husband, I said, what if somebody said, how tall are you? And then they said, but are you really that tall? He was like, but it also is different when you are.
But that's the thing, Christal. The thing is that I can see immediately that it was that they were trying to play. Yeah. Now you're playing with somebody that loves to play. I don't have a problem with playing at all. So if you're going to play, and like I said, I didn't yell, I didn't curse, I smiled the whole time because you were playing, but I was also playing. But you can't get mad at me because you started the game and now I decided I'm going to participate in the game too. And then when it doesn't go the way that you think it's supposed to go, you can't be upset. You either play or you don't play. But if you decide to play and you're playing with someone that is maybe a little bit more advanced than you, then you probably need to do your research before you start to play.
You were playing?
I asked them, I said, what happened?
You said, well, because you were trying to figure out what they were getting at. Like,
correct. So that's the thing. That's the thing. I was smiling because I thought that it was funny. And if you see the clip, I never not smiled.
Yeah.
I never not
smiled, but you seem kind of irritated. Like, this is.
Well, I was just saying, like, I wasn't irritated, but I was confused.
Right.
I was confused. I didn't. If I tell you that I'm a certain height and you say, is that on your driver's license? And if that's what your doctor say, that's insane to me. That's insane to me.
I don't think, I thought her friends took it too far, but there are guys that do lie. So
I get it. Yeah. I get it. So do I have to bear that for everybody that lies?
No, because you can look at it and see what it looks like.
I mean, can I, and then my whole thing is that I've been around Lauren, for a while, and she knows what's going on. So I'm just like, wow, can we, this is crazy.
So what they do on Ready to Love is they tell the friends to give the guy a hard time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they were giving you, so the girlfriends were giving you a hard time. That's not how most friends would ever do. Do you feel like Lauren? Because Lauren seemed upset that you kind of took that way with her friends. Mm-hmm. And then she later asked you to apologize to her friends. Mm-hmm. And she kind of put you on the spot and had you do it right then. You feel like
that was uncomfortable.
We felt like that was wrong. Did you?
Yeah.
Right.
First, Lauren's friends are really nice, by the way.
Okay.
Lauren's friends, we had a really good time that day. I didn't have a problem with them, and they didn't have a problem with me, as you know,
Right.
correct, because I think that I don't know what they're used to, but you know, you guys have seen um 30% of my personality, and it's no back down in my personality at all. And and so you know, Lauren is a very beautiful woman,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that she gets to do and say whatever she wants to do and say. That doesn't mean that for anybody. So I think that once it was established that that's not who I am, I'm not going to play that game. You
Mm-hmm.
don't get to, you know, just be, you know, I'm pretty, so you got to treat me like, no, everybody has to be held accountable for what they do and say.
Yeah.
And once they,
you and Mo have that in common. Actually, and I told him that I was like, you and Mo actually have that in common. Like, okay,
so
you're pretty, but no, like,
yeah, because it's way more to it than that. If it was just about that, obviously she would probably have every guy on the show.
that's what she felt.
Well, obviously it's not about that because, well, I won't get into that. But what I'm that her friends were very, very nice, very easy to talk to, very easy for me to be me. Um, I did feel a little weird when she called them on the phone, but
Mhm.
again, you know, I'm not the type of guy, and I know that it didn't come off that way, but I do want peace. I know.
Did you feel like you owed them an apology?
No, I just want peace though.
So you just do it because you
What?
want you
Well,
want
yeah,
her. Okay.
I just feel like being in a situation where you are calling your friends in front of me, I can blow this whole thing up, or I can just get this out the way. I don't have a problem with your friends. I don't have a problem with you currently. So let's just get this out the way. And you know, hey, it was a misunderstanding. If I came off too harsh or wrong, I apologize. I hope all is well, and
Yeah.
then I can move on to next. So.
Okay. And then you got a hug after that. So that was good. So um
Wow, whoop de doo.
oh my God, Vince, why did you go on the show? Because I don't, your personality does not seem like one that would be seeking to go on a reality television show to find love. So I'm wondering what made you go take the offer, take the opportunity. I'm assuming you didn't seek it out to be on Ready to Love. How did this happen and why did you say yes?
I mean, they reached out. I I didn't I didn't have anything going on at the time, and I just thought that it would be a fun experience. Unfortunately, I mean, I think I was on here when you were saying something. I had never seen the show before, and you were like, "Well, that's not smart to go on a show that you've never seen before," which I would have to agree with you. I would have to agree with you. I tried to once I got on the show, and Donna, lovely lady,
Mhm.
she's like, I think that you should watch it. I think that you should watch it and see what's going on. And I tried to, I really couldn't get into it. So I watched, like, one episode, and then I was like, I couldn't get into it, but I just thought that it would be, a fun experience. I am a very adventurous person. I like to just do stuff. I like to, you know, have as many experiences as I can. When I talked to the producers, and they were like, yeah, like, you get to see great singles, and you get to get to know them, and if you find someone, it's even a better experience. And I was like, well, that sounds cool, like, that
Mhm.
sounds cool. So I said, okay. I mean, I didn't know that they were gonna, I didn't know they were gonna choose me.
Okay.
Because they were like, yeah, don't call us, we'll call you. And I was like, okay, I don't worry about it. I won't call. So that was kind of what happened.
Okay. Mo, you look like you have a question.
No, yeah, I do have a question. He was saying he was venturous. So the first thing that came to my mind, you like to try new things too. So the first thing that came to my mind was the fact that you used to be a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
That is that part of that? Try something new, adventurous. Was that part?
No, no. That's another thing that I want to get on both of y'all about. When I was younger, I played in a police athletic league. It's called PAL.
So did I. PAL.
Yeah, PAL.
Yeah. PAL.
It was very, very life changing for me.
Okay.
It was my introduction to organized basketball. Basketball has taken me many places. It has it's where all my friends. I met a lot of great people playing basketball. And when the opportunity came to be a police officer, I just wanted to be that that they were to me. I wanted to be that to children as well in the community, because I know without the police athletic league, I probably wouldn't even be. I wouldn't be here.
Wow.
So I signed up because of that was like that was my life, and I wanted to do that same for other people. I did the adventurous side, when you become a police officer in Detroit on the east side, it's going to get adventurous. It's going to get adventurous. And so I unfortunately, I experienced more adventures than I did what I wanted to do, which was be there for kids that are coming up in these communities that I came up in, and just be very helpful. I didn't get a chance to do that like I wanted to do it. So, I mean, that's why I became a police officer. It's it's not because I was bullied, or it's not because that I wanted to hurt people or all of. I heard what you said. So, but
Stereotype, right?
It is a stereotype.
that is a stereotype. I won't. It is a stereotype. I've heard it before.
That's why we wanted to ask.
I heard it before, but like I said, I think that knowing who I am, even the little bit that you guys got, I don't think that you guys think that I'm a bully, that I want to bully people, or that I'm like I never was this, so now I want to be this. I'm not that type of guy, and I think that you can see that, but maybe you couldn't. And that's the thing that I say, when you make a decision and you decide to go away, it's your decision to go that way from what the information that you have, and that's just what you decided to do.
But I think everything is subjective, because we all have had experiences in our life, right? The reason that I think I was drawn to you, I won't say character, but just who you showed up as, is because you reminded me a lot of actually my son. And not that I'm old enough to be your mother, but I'm just saying my son is very intellectual, and he can be a bit of a smart ass, and he often is not trying to be a smart ass, but because he thinks different than a lot of people, you kind of feel that condescending energy, right? And that's just who he is. He's not trying to. He actually is very community driven, but he's always been in the gifted classes, and he always just is like, sometimes he's very perplexed by why people do certain things. So I said that, I was like, he reminds me of like talking to my son now that he's an adult. And he just is, he thinks different. And a lot of people would think he's trying to be an asshole, and he's not. That's just
some of the time I am.
Yes, well, he is as well. But what I did think, Vince, I felt like that up until I saw, at least from what I saw on the show, and I'm asking, that's why I wanted you to come here so we can explain it. Some of the decisions that you made me think maybe I had him wrong, right? Because when I met you, and the way that you presented yourself was somebody that I feel like, okay, he's smart, he probably doesn't really get some of the stuff, but he's a stand-up guy. And even when I told you earlier, I said I feel like you're very solid. I feel like, just for me as a woman watching, I'm just going to be 100% honest, I felt like I liked you and Donna. I liked you guys probably more than any of the other couples, because I felt like she's very intelligent, you're very intelligent, and you guys really, I saw a real connect from what I could see on television.
No, Donna, Donna is amazing. She's an amazing lady, and she is very intelligent.
Yes.
And it is very easy to talk to her because of how intelligent she is. We can have really deep conversations. We can have very surface level conversations. So, I was drawn to her because of how intelligent she was. I mean, it wasn't, obviously it was, I had to pick,
But
you
I'm so,
could,
but see, a lot of men would be intimidated or would be turned off by a very intelligent woman. But Vince, honestly, at the reunion when we heard, okay, he circled back to Lauren, and then I wasn't even tripping on that because I was like, okay, him and Lauren have a connection. She gave him a hug. Lauren said that's all she giving y'all is, she's not giving anybody and sniffing anything else. Cool. But then with Nicole, I felt like Nicole you guys may not be far in age, but I feel like I had several conversations with Nicole. Nicole is very smart, very accomplished, but also very naive and not as mature as you in a lot of ways. You've been married, you have children. I see that from what I see, you're an amazing father, very, very involved. You are in a total different mental space than Nicole. And I feel like anybody that listens to the two of you guys can see that. Nicole has been focused on pageants and learning, and she wanted a relationship. When I first saw you guys interacting, I was like, that looks like big brother, little sister. Like hopefully he will, because everybody said, oh, Lauren said, Vince makes people feel very protected. And I said, that's very, very cool because Nicole is a little off when it comes to dealing with guys. We saw the way she was telling everybody she had this big crush on Ed, sweet girl, but a little immature. So when we saw her say, I've been hanging out with Vince, we've been physical as deep as it can get, and I just want him to pick me, I was just like, come on, Vince, like, come on. And then when we heard that you wanted to take Ashley out shopping, I was like,
come on.
Ashley is not mature. Ashley is young as well. I felt like watching that scene with Darius.
Are you okay, Mo? Are you okay?
He just was confused. Darius, that scene with Darius and Ashley, it looked crazy. It looked like a grown pimp trying to talk to a girl who was trying very hard to be grown. I just want to make sure I don't go backwards. And I've been to therapy. And she's sweet and young. Well, I'm not going to say sweet, but she's young. She's young.
She's very sweet. I will give her that. She's
different in a different way. She thinks she's grown in a different way. Way.
Well, my daughter thinks she's grown. She's only 18 years old.
Exactly. And for me, I don't think Nicole acts very much different. Like to me,
well,
I could be wrong. That's why I said, let's hear your side of it.
Well, let me tell you this. Obviously, I'm not gonna. I never would disrespect anybody because it's just not cool. But I would have to say, unfortunately, Nicole, is not as naive as she may come off. I mean, I don't. When I heard the things that she said, because I didn't hear him at the show. I didn't hear him at the show because if you saw, I wasn't even in the room when she was saying all this stuff. So I didn't hear it. I had just walked in and caught the tail end of it. But
Tommy said to her, Tommy asked her, and she tried to say, do I have to say?
But this is the part where you have to understand that it's not as naive as you may think it is, because that part of, do I have to say? Well, you know what you're about to say, because you already know. I know that if I'm sitting here and you ask me a question about whatever, and I'm like, I don't really want to say anything, and then 2 seconds later I do say anything, you're gonna question, did I want to say it anyway? I mean, I would think that would be, you're not, nobody is.
Would I not? If I'm on this show and I didn't get the guy that I wanted, because it was clear she wanted Ed. I didn't get the guy that I wanted, but another guy that I like a lot, I have been dating. Of course, any woman who's dating a man wants to say, I'm excited about this connection. Why would she not?
So that's with that being said, we understand that it wasn't pride. Nothing was pride out of her. She said what she wanted to say.
Yeah, but she didn't bring it up, is all I'm saying. She didn't go and say, I'm going to go tell Vince's business. You think so?
Okay. No, I mean, go ahead, Mo.
I have a question. This is the thing. So they found out she's not ready for love. So is it true while she was getting her things that same day, the conversation that she brought up and said that you guys had about seeing you and you guys, and she came to you and said, well, are you sure? Because, see if you make a connection with anybody else. And you said, yeah, I'm sure.
She said you approached her and said, I want to date you. I want to continue to date you.
Right.
Again,
is the timeline true?
No.
Okay.
No.
Timeline for me, please, if you don't mind.
Okay, so the timeline that makes, without going completely all the way crazy,
right.
The timeline that makes the most sense is that 2 weeks before. I'm sorry.
What makes the most sense of what's real? Because you can make.
I'm sorry, what's real, and I'm just saying what makes the most sense to say to you so you can understand it.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I want you to I don't have to go through the whole thing for you to understand it.
Right. You got
it. Is that 2 weeks before the reunion, Nicole called me and we hung out.
Okay.
Like, so that's what I was confused about, because when we went to the back, I was trying to tell her, don't do this. Don't try to be messy and make it sound like that I was speaking to you when I was speaking to Donna, because that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said that, she said, okay, we did just hang out 2 weeks ago. That did just happen. And I was just trying to tell her, like, I don't want, I don't want Donna to feel like I was disrespectful to her in the way of saying that, oh, soon as Nicole left, this is what happened, because that's not cool and that's not fair. Because that's not, I want you to, while I'm sitting here and while she is sitting here, I want you to tell the truth. And Nicole did.
Yeah.
She did tell the truth. But to me, that was missed, because she retracted, because obviously if I'm standing here, you're not going to lie. And I know the truth. You're not going to lie in front of me. And I know the truth, because it's not going to feel the same. So, I'm sorry.
Wasn't the same day as her exit. It was
No.
So you did you want to date Nicole?
I'm sorry.
Did you want to date Nicole? When was Nicole someone that you wanted to date?
Yeah, I thought Nicole was very pretty. I thought that she was very sweet. Like, even when we did that interview,
mm-hmm.
she called me. She said, hey, you want to do this? I was just like, tell me the day. I'll see what I can do and I'll show up.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of what our relationship was.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, something happened there. Obviously, I'm number one, I'm a protector, I'm a provider, so that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
No matter what, I'm going to drop everything and say, hey, if this doesn't feel right, if something's going on wrong, we getting out of here. We don't have to talk to nobody. We don't got to tell nobody nothing. And if somebody got a problem, come talk to me. So, but that was kind of the extent of what our relationship was. And then, after that, I helped her with some of the stuff for the
get together,
for the premiere party.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't see her until I didn't see her to the premiere. That was the extent of our relationship, because Nicole is very intelligent too. Nicole's sense of humor is, I would say, like, it's the closest to my sister. Like, some of the stuff she says, I'm like, I can't believe you just said that. So her sense of humor is right on board to what my sense of humor is, and it allows me to be 100% of who I am. Mm-hmm. So, but obviously, that stuff, that stuff wasn't shown. But Nicole is a really cool person, and she's not as la as people may think.
So you don't think that she was? Because I'll tell you, I said this on the show when I asked her, because I asked Nicole, I said, hey, I did not know. First of all, I did not know. I've been a publicist. I didn't know those people personally. I just knew that they said they wanted, people to come by to do an interview. So I said, okay. So I said to Nicole, I said, hey, I would love to have you plus one other person so we could talk about different perspectives on the show. Mm-hmm. She was so complimentary to you. She was like, because at first I thought, well, maybe two girls. And then she said, what about a guy? And I said, that's fine. She said you were so much fun. I could tell that she liked you just by listening to her talk. I knew, I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing because the show I've, dealt with work with on for years. So I'm not gonna rat anything out. But I was like, the way she talked to me about you without saying this is a guy that I like, I could tell because she was just so excited about you. So I was looking forward to meeting you. When you got there, things kind of went a little different. And then afterwards, we saw you at the event, but I could tell that she liked you.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, did you feel like, because I know what you're saying, and that's like a technicality, right? So yeah, it was different timelines with Donna, Lauren, and Nicole, but the way Nicole presented herself, even if people are saying that she's a little bit more strategic, maybe she would have played herself. So that's not smart, right? Showing you, well, do you still like me? That's not really like mature. That's kind of like naive to yourself. Not saying that she wasn't trying to get you or whatever, but she made herself look, a lot of people thought that was desperate. A lot of people thought she looked crazy by the way she presented herself. To me, it seemed like she liked you a lot more than you liked her. And I would assume that you probably knew she was feeling like that when she came to the reunion. Were you aware that she felt like that about you?
No, I mean, if you
felt, come on, man.
I'm sorry.
She felt that way about you.
Well, I don't want to. Obviously, I want to be as honest as possible with you guys. I did feel a little thrown off with the touching and the hugging. Like I mean, as you saw, I wasn't comfortable with it because it was something that wasn't a regular thing. So while I'm sitting there uncomfortable because I'm just like, my number one priority is to say I don't want Donna to feel like I wasn't being truthful to her because that's not fair.
So that's what you really were into.
Of course.
Well, no, because Lauren tells us the difference. Lauren, I mean, we haven't had Lauren on the show. Lauren's been in the chat. Lauren's saying something different. Nicole's saying something different. So we just want to know from you. Someone said, Vince, who really was your man? Who did you really like? And
Donna.
Okay, so he said it out of his mouth. What was the situation? Let's clear up. How did Vince feel about Lauren? How did Vince feel about Nicole? And how did Vince feel about taking Ashley shopping? What the hell, Vince?
Y'all are wilding. What do you want to know first? Because what do you want to know first?
I want to know all of those things. I want to know Lauren.
Huh?
Let's go with Lauren first.
Lauren first.
Okay, so you saying how do I feel about Lauren?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Because Lauren said that she gave you to Donna. She gave Donna the alley-oop.
Oh
yeah. So hey, Vince, did Lauren have an option to give you to Donna?
Negative.
Okay.
Yeah, that's insane.
So do you think, let's just
because I mean you guys saw the show. Well, if I wanted to talk to Lauren, then I would talk to her instead of talking to Donna.
That's what we told Lauren. But she said she said that it was different things said on the show. And to her point, sometimes dudes do different things. She said Bello was asking her right after. Well,
let me tell you this. When everything that's being said is something that you can't see, when everything that's being said is something that you cannot see, you might want to question it. Now, I don't want to get up here and tell you, I want to speak about what you can see. I want to be honest. I want to be transparent. And, and to be frank with you, everything doesn't make me look in the best light, but I got to be honest about it. It doesn't make, but the only reason that you would know that I'm being honest is that I'm speaking about something that doesn't make me look good.
Facts.
If the only thing that I say is the things that make me look good and the things that you don't see, then I'm probably not telling the truth. And I'm just saying that in general. I'm not talking about anybody. Right. I'm just saying that in general.
Right.
So.
But that's why we felt like, Vince, because I saw from what Christal's eyes saw on this show that I said, Vince and Donna are the only people I really felt like was a true connection, right?
Yeah, like I said, Donna is amazing. Like and Moe, I'm gonna go ahead back to you because you had some shots for
And
Donna.
How come
You,
you get her hair done? If you like her,
Mo,
but
Mo,
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Donna is a very real person.
yeah.
Um, she did this show, but Donna is working on a PhD. Donna works like she goes to work. She's a mathematician, and if she's not at work, she's in that freaking library or wherever writing. And even when I try to contact Donna, sometimes her phone on do not disturb because she is working.
Yes.
So she is real. She's a real person. And that lends to and the women on here can probably attest that when you are doing multiple things, if you ain't got that them little the braids that women hair or a wig on or something, it's not always gonna look the best. But she is a real person. I'm a real person.
He was
So
just
so
great. He gave her a hard time. I
he
stand
did.
up for her. I stand up for Donna.
But what I'm saying is that you she's not she's a wonderful person. She's a wonderful person.
So
And
Vince, I like that. But why? Why? Because I know Detroit is not that small. So if you felt like that about Donna, even
hmm
with, and I'm gonna ask you a little bit about this in a minute.
hmm
If your timeline wasn't, why would you go out with Lauren? And then because you gave Lauren the ammunition to
hmm
go back and do that purposely, right?
hmm
So why would you even put Donna in that predicament?
I was wrong.
Okay.
I was wrong. It was a bad judgment call. When me and Donna had a very mature conversation about, hey, maybe we should just continue to date other people. Maybe, what she's saying, this is what she wants, this is her timeline. I'm saying it's unfair for me to be in your face if I'm not going to commit to that timeline, and I don't want you to resent me because you missed out on something because now I'm in your face and I'm not on your timeline. Like it was a very wonderful conversation. I mean, we left the conversation in a great place. I mean, that's the only reason why we can continue to be in a great place because of the honesty in the conversation.
Mhm.
Um, but it wasn't a great judgment call for me to then go out with Lauren. It just wasn't a great judgment call.
So
And I'm
why?
sorry.
Why?
Well, regular. I mean, can you curse on here? I've been trying to be as nice.
Regular nigga shit?
yeah.
It was regular nigga shit. It was regular nigga shit. And I'm not above that. Yes. I am, I do, do for my children. I am great in the community. I am all of these things that I have no choice but to be because it's who I am. But do I enjoy tall, beautiful women? I do. And if she's asking to go out, then and you're correct in saying what you're saying, Crystal. Is not that I don't have to go out with her. I could go out with somebody else. But it was just a bonehead decision on my part. I don't have no, it ain't deep.
Yeah, no, but I mean, for a woman, I'm thinking as a woman, like, why would you, like, that's going to be, that Lauren couldn't wait to go to that coffee shop.
But okay. So this is the problem. The problem is that I misjudged Lauren. I misjudged her, and so um I didn't think that she would be messy in that way. I didn't think that. But I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. I didn't think even if she saw Donna, I didn't think that she would be like, we need to have a conversation. Like I didn't think that. But again, I was wrong. I
But
was.
you can't think that women keep things secretive. Like
It
women,
don't have to.
you
It
don't want
don't.
to. Just wait.
It
On the
don't. Like
show,
no. Wait.
want to be she didn't want to be the
See,
side chick.
but that's the thing is that she wasn't, nobody was no side anything because I told Lauren what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why would she even think she needs to speak to Donna?
Because she wanted to make sure Donna knew that she was number one. She wanted to make sure
I
Donna.
know, but that's the problem is that is what she was on.
Right.
She was on that. Nobody else was on that.
But
Nobody else.
you gave her the ability to do
I
it.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Okay. I
it,
appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was a fucked up decision, and I would, like you said, with a million other people that I could date, I probably shouldn't have went out with Lauren because of giving her the ammunition to say something to Donna, which I have care for Donna, and I wouldn't want her to feel that way. I
Mhm.
shouldn't have done that.
Were you torn between the two of them?
No.
Okay. So, all right. All right. So how nobody is putting okay, I'm not gonna read the comments. All right.
Because Laura's in the comments, by the
I
way.
know, but I also
Oh, I can't. It's too small for me, so I can't.
just want to give we're just talking events.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I would never be disrespectful to Lauren at all because,
Right.
like I said, that the reason that I spoke to Lauren is because I thought that she was a beautiful, she's a beautiful woman. That's
Right.
not. That's not. I mean.
Oh. So that was a bad decision for both Lauren and Donna because if you started having feelings for Lauren, then you just put yourself in a bad position with the two of them. Right?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. But because of I did not, like I said, but that's why the apology was given to Donna, because even though we had the conversation and we said to each other that we were going to date other people or whatever, I don't owe Donna anything, but I do care about her feelings, and if she's coming to me saying, "Hey, you should have told me that," I have to respect it and say I apologize, even though I don't owe her it. I'm not going to be an asshole and not say, "Hey, I do understand where you're coming from." Like what you just said, I'm telling you, I understand where you're coming from. I
Yeah.
was wrong. I was wrong.
Do you think circles are too close? Like, if you know all these women, maybe they exchanged numbers. They were at least all in the ladies' lounge together. So that's what you're coming and saying that wasn't a wise decision because it was in this circle of women that knew each other.
I'm saying that it wasn't a wise decision because of the way that Donna said she felt, and I didn't want her to feel bad in that way. I did not, that wasn't my goal.
Right.
I thought that just saying that, hey, we established that we're not going to be exclusive and I'm going to date other people, I thought that was enough. Obviously, that wasn't enough.
So you're saying you didn't really feel like you were doing anything wrong, is what I'm saying.
No, because we had a conversation. I didn't feel like. I'm sorry?
But they knew each other.
Not just knew each other, but I mean, okay, and that's why I said to you, Vince, I think maybe it's a difference with men and women, because to me, like, if I got, well, they're not friends, obviously, but they're definitely it's very.
They're not friends at all, and all obviously, and all we were doing was dating, and they're not, they're not friends. But like I said, I'm not gonna act oblivious to what you guys are saying and what Donna is saying. Like, that's not cool. Maybe if they even know each other, even though they're not friends, I shouldn't have done it.
They're on a show together. So
correct.
Did you go after Lauren?
I don't understand. What do you mean, after the show?
Did you pursue the relationship with Lauren?
Well, Lauren has said this, and like I said, I don't want to, I don't want to like muddy up the water here, but I've heard Lauren say this. I think I'm doing my best here. Lauren, after the decision day, Lauren called me that day.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, she called me a couple times that day. And I was, after decision day, I went and got some food with Donna because, I was a little hungry. It was a long day.
Mm-hmm.
And so after I finished with Donna, I did go to see Lauren because she was calling me. Jesus. And we were, I'm sorry.
That's a lot. That's a lot, Vince.
Okay. I will, but listen.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. That's a lot. But what was said there was like, hey, like she was like, hey, let's go get a drink, and I was like, well, I don't think that that'd be cool right now. I just chose Donna, and like I wouldn't feel comfortable with that right now. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. She was very understanding, and we and that was it. I didn't have a drink with her. I didn't stay there. It was, we mutually understood each other, and it was cool.
So then how did you guys end up dating again? Did you reach out to her?
Well, after me and Donna had a conversation about not being exclusive with each other, I mean, I would be, I don't know who, I don't know who contacted who, but I know that I don't know. What do you want me to do? I don't know who contacted who.
I put Vince.
Okay, talk to me.
Because I'm not gonna play, like, if I was talking to somebody else on the cast, I would give them
Okay.
One. So know if you were interested in, I just said, were you torn between them two?
I was.
Then you said, okay, so at the point that you and Donna can't date, or decided that the timeline just isn't right, you guys are not, Lauren wouldn't have known that. So how did you, and Lauren wouldn't have, you tell Lauren, hey, me and Donna are going to be together, I can't do this. How does Lauren know about that conversation that is changed? How does she know there's a change?
It was probably because I reached out to her.
Okay, thank you.
It was probably because I reached out to her. That makes sense. Like I said, I'm not here to, I'm only, you're right. That makes sense.
Okay.
But I guess what I'm thinking and what I'm trying to say is that it was still mutual. It was mutual because the only reason that, I would reach out to Lauren is because, I thought when she reached out to me that she would want to hang out and date each other.
Again, if once I was done over here, she may still want to date me if I come back around.
But listen, I'm not here to say that I'm right or it was a beautiful situation. Right. I'm here to be honest about the situation.
No, we appreciate that. That's why I'm saying, and I know that you're not sensitive, so you being honest. That's great. All right, so now let's talk about, we got Lauren. Now let's talk about Nicole. How does Nicole get thrown in, even if it is 2 weeks before? Because it's still somebody on the show that you said that that there was attraction. But Nicole's a little different than Donna and Lauren.
Okay.
You're not going to agree?
Meaning what? What do you say? What do you mean by that?
Nicole was the only woman who on the show was totally vulnerable. I want to be married. I want to have a husband. I want children. I want
No. Donna wanted that too.
Donna did too, but Donna, true.
And Channon wanted that too. And Ashley wanted that too. Yeah. I'm just saying, like that she wasn't the.
I'm saying the way they communicated it. I'm saying Donna's like, I want this. I know I can have it. Either you get with my program or not.
Hey,
like, does he like me? Do you like me? That's a different energy. It's not.
It is.
Okay, that's all. It's a different energy. When after everything was over, Donna walked off. Lauren was like, Vince, what's up? Nicole was like, Vince, that's different energy. You know that.
And I'll speak to all three. You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Donna, and the reason why our connection is like it is that she's not playing around. I'm not playing around. So Donna's like, hey, that's fine. If you want to be stupid, go over there and be stupid.
Good for her.
and I what can I do but respect that?
Yes.
I can't do anything but respect that. And so, which I did. I didn't, want to try to bother Donna when she said whatever she said. And so I'm sorry.
You probably get a text message. Right.
No, I don't. My phone goes on do not disturb at around 9 o'clock every day because but anyway, so yeah, it is different energy. It is different energy. That's Donna. Lauren is more of an, like you said, she hey, let's go out, let's have a drink, let's do this, blah blah blah. Hey, you want to go here? So she's more of that. And I didn't speak to Nicole that much to know what her energy was. I seen a lot in the same time that you guys seen it because I didn't see her interactions on the show. I didn't see her, like I said, when she was on the stage and saying all this stuff. I didn't see any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I just when we were speaking of what you're talking about, when she's on the backstage and she's trying to hold my hand and she's trying to, this stuff is making me uncomfortable because that's never been I've never seen that. So I'm just like,
You guys had a date, and I thought because she was really vulnerable with you on that date, and I did see you being protective of her, right? I said, but it felt like little sister, big brother type energy. Like you could tell she was really open and vulnerable.
You talking about what she was talking about having children?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very vulnerable and open, and yes, I was very protective because I not only protective, I believed the things that I was saying. I believe that she would be a great mom. I believe that that it's not a book that you could read that's going to make you this great person. And I also, like I've told her, I fucked up a million times as a dad. I mean, shit, as a human being, I'm as you can see on real TV, I'm still fucking up. So it's not like, we I got it all together.
Yeah.
But that was a real conversation, and I really felt that way.
Yeah.
And you took it down anyway.
I'm sorry.
And you took it down anyway.
I don't.
Her anyway, knowing that.
Wait. What are you saying, Mo? You going in and out.
Okay, my bad. You took it down anyway. You went with her. You got with her, knowing that she felt that way. Did you feel that way at any point with her? For you to, cause at some point you seen her. You got. She said dating. I don't know exactly what it was, but it seems
physical to the highest point. That suggests that there's been intimacy.
And that's another that's another problem that I had with what I saw is that she was insinuating that. I don't think, again, that's not cool. If you're gonna, if you're gonna say something, then you need to say it. But I know why she would say it that way, because it's just insinuated, and that's not the case. I've heard a lot of other insinuations as well.
Mhm.
And it's just not the case. Like you know Donna is a very classy person, so I've heard about, like, we did this and we did that. It's just not true. It's just not true. Because I didn't even have Donna's number the first day or two. I didn't even have her number. I looked her up on social media and we DM'd each other.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't have her number. So, and I could show you, this stuff. Like,
Who were you interested in initially? Out of
uh,
the ladies.
Ashley and Lauren.
Okay.
I was interested in Ashley and Lauren. But when I DM'd Donna and talked to her, I couldn't get enough of the conversation. It was the conversation was just amazing.
Mhm.
And it's not that I didn't think that she was beautiful when I saw her at the thing, because we did talk to each other there,
Mhm.
and we did have really good eye contact and have really good conversations.
Mhm.
But when she expressed to me the way she felt about what was going on, the experience, and she was vulnerable to me, and I was able to be vulnerable to her,
Mhm.
and we talked on the DM. It was I was like, this is a person that is,
Yeah.
like, I could speak to.
Okay. Do you think I'm not going to ask you, because people are asking. I'm not going to ask you about the the details of Nicole. But what I will ask you is, do you feel like, looking back on that, do you feel like that's something that you should have known to leave alone? Because I feel like she's emotional. I feel like
Yes.
she assumed that you
I,
felt differently.
again, you guys had the bird's eye view of everything, and looking at it from this bird's eye view, it's an easy decision to make, to say, hey, like, she may be a little bit, this way, and I'm this way. But I did, to answer your question, yeah, as I see it now, of course, I say that maybe I shouldn't have talked to Nicole, or we shouldn't have went out. Like, of course.
Yeah. I want to ask you, just kind of pivot into another way. You were very, very clear all season about my process is my process. I heard Jay-Z say that my process is my process.
Really?
Nobody changes my process. And I wonder, I've done this channel. I initially started doing this channel because I believe in love, but I specifically believe in second chances at love because I went through a bad divorce and I hated marriage. I just was hurt and I didn't want to get married again. I was very, very cautious of any and everybody and was that way for a long time. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, when I hear you saying, and I'm just assuming, when I hear a man saying my process, I'm not going faster than that. That's crazy that she wants to go that quickly. I do think men don't move as quickly as women often when it comes to their emotions. But I'm wondering if you learned what you learned from your first marriage that maybe you don't want to repeat. And is that one of the reasons that you're so intent on taking things at your own pace and not allowing anyone to speed you up?
Yeah, I was young during my first marriage. But I don't think that has any bearings on me going the speed that I go,
Okay.
or don't go. Um, it was a wonderful situation. The marriage was a wonderful situation. Obviously, I got these two big, wonderful children, and she's a wonderful mom. I couldn't even be who I am if she wasn't as wonderful as a mom as she is. Like, so I again, like I tell everybody, I will say how blessed I am. I would say it, I was screaming to the high heavens, because I know that some people don't get blessed with a mother like she is to my children. So obviously things didn't work out, but
Mm-hmm.
um I was blessed that I was allowed to be in her life. I'm blessed that she's the mother of my children, because, like I said, she does a wonderful job. I couldn't I wouldn't pick anybody to be the mother of my children but her, because of how amazing she is with them, and allows me to be who I am. I'm who I am. So I got very, very lucky with that. But I don't think that made me, you know, have this different process. I just think that as I'm learning people and seeing people, it makes me want to know more about them before I really jump in. I want to know more. I want to understand more. I'm older now. If I knew what I knew what I know now, then I probably would still probably be married, because I'm more mature now, and I have more patience, and I have more understanding of people. I wasn't that.
What did you learn from your marriage?
Great question.
that 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 is what I learned. I learned that I have to be more patient. I learned that I have to be more understanding. I learned that you know that some things that I thought were not fixable, they are fixable.
Yeah.
And like I said, I hadn't done all of the work on myself that I have done now to be who I am now. I hadn't done it then. And when I did do it, I realized that I could have been much, much better in my marriage than what I was, because we don't have any, nobody cheated on nobody, nobody beat anybody, nobody, it wasn't crazy. It was just, we were like, hey, like we're not going to be together anymore. So it wasn't anything crazy, and we have these beautiful children, and I
Were you, because you acknowledged that you could be a little bit, people say you like to go back and forth. You could be a bit of a go back.
people do say that.
Yes. Do you agree with them?
I'm not for the bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not for the bullshit. And a lot of people, they kind of get like, oh no, because they just think that you just gonna be for their bullshit. And then when you're not, they it is a surprise because most people, because of who they are, you are very influential. So somebody might not say something to you because they might be afraid because of what your influence is. I mean, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. But I don't think that. I think when I'm wrong, as we've been here for an hour, it seems. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you with me being wrong. That doesn't make any sense. If you call me on something and I'm wrong, then you're not hearing anything from me. Now, if you say something that's wrong or you say something that's not who I am, then I have to tell you that that's not it.
Yeah.
But you have to accept that, just as you accepted me saying I was wrong.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think it's fair.
That's 100% fair. I do also want to just say, I appreciate a man speaking highly of his children's mother and his ex-wife. I think that is a beautiful thing, and that is something that we don't see enough of, because I know from going through a divorce, getting married young, going through a divorce, children are, when you see a mom talking negative about a dad, and dad publicly specifically, it is hurtful for the children. And I feel like we don't often see men. We hear crazy baby mama. We don't ever hear a man big up his ex-wife. And I just want to say, I appreciate, as an ex-wife and a wife now, I appreciate that. And somebody that saw my children go through pain when my ex-husband and I divorced. It was difficult on us. And when you get married young, a lot of times you don't know, but it causes a lot of pain. So I think I really, really appreciate that, even more than all of this interview, is hearing you speak to, we didn't work, but she's an amazing woman. And that is what dads need to do for their daughters, so that their daughters cannot feel the heartbreak of their dad saying their mom she ain't this, she ain't that. It hurts the daughter specifically. So I want to say thank you for that.
Thank you for asking a question and giving me the platform to say it. I would never say anything differently, because it's the truth. So,
yeah, no, but sometimes that's not the case. My last question is, what is going on? Did you pivot to Ashley? Now we know that you did like her. What was that, Vince? Were you trying to really take her shopping? What was happening?
Mo, is this something that you really want to know?
That threw me off guard. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, what? Another one?
Because we didn't expect you to be a paymaster, Vince.
Well, let's talk about two different things. And I don't even know what a fucking paymaster is.
Well, you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
I see.
Pay like you weigh. And if you offer, and I'm not mad at it when men do it, I have, enjoyed the benevolence. If you come offering to pay, if you come offering a trick, then it's not the woman's fault.
Hey, just explain it, Vince. Don't.
You be quiet, because I want to say that we appreciate men that do that. I'm not mad at
it. First of all, I do okay for myself.
Okay. You like to share the wealth.
No. Stop. That's what you said. Stop. Don't. Man, I'm talking. But as far as that situation is concerned, let's talk about a couple things. Ashley, when Ashley called me during the process,
right?
She was very upset and I didn't know what she was upset with because I don't speak. I hadn't spoken with Ashley, and so she was very upset. And I'm thinking that it was very late, so I was asleep, and I didn't get to call her back till the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wanted to know what was going on. She was like, everybody is lying to me, and I know that you are the only person that has been genuine, has been honest to me. You haven't lied to me, so I need to know what's going on, what's being said, because I'm hearing this and I'm hearing that. And she was very, very upset.
Mm-hmm.
I told her that because the rules were we couldn't speak in between the lounges. I said, hey, I can't tell you what people are saying,
Mm-hmm.
but if you really want to know what's going on, I could tell you what I said, because that's not, I'm privy to I could tell you about me. And so, but anybody else, you have to call them, because what I think was happening, now this is just what I think.
Okay.
I think that she was getting a lot of stuff from her main connection,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't know what to believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, she even, told me that I had said some stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I could tell you that I didn't say that. Like, I don't know why somebody would say that I said that, but I could tell you I didn't say that. So I think that she was being told a lot of stuff to not like other people, and it was hurtful to her. It's hurtful. If you're trying to tell her something to not like other people, she's still hurting when you tell her this stuff that's bad about her. It hurt.
Are we just talking about him saying a 40-year-old wouldn't say no dumbass shit like that?
No, saying that, oh, she's just too young, or she all on my jock, and or she wouldn't nobody never talk to. When you trying to say this stuff to make other guys look bad, it hurts her to hear these things about her.
Right.
So obviously, I just was like, I can't tell you what other people have said, because that's not how I get down. I don't get down like that. I was given a directive not to say what other people are saying, so I can't tell you. I can only tell you what I said and didn't say. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I can do, and I can stand on business about what I said and what I didn't say. So that was our kind of, it was later in the process, but that was our kind of introduction to each other, because we hadn't spoken at all. We had no connection.
Okay. Okay.
So what Ashley is speaking about is that, Mo, because I know you perked up, Mo. Are you ready? You ready, Mo? You ready? What Ashley is speaking about is that I was taking my daughter to Target, and Ashley called, and I was on the way to take my daughter to Target. And I said, hey, I'm going to Target. I buy out the store. Whatever you need, I buy it. Obviously, I said it in a joking manner. She said, oh, I don't need anything. And we laughed, and I got off the phone. Now, that's what we spoke about. Um, you know, Ashley, not liking the way her connection was moving. Maybe she put some sauce on it to make him feel a certain way. But it wasn't that. It was, we had a conversation. I was on my way to Target, and I was just like, I buy the whole Target out, whatever you want. She was like, oh boy, cut it out. And then we got off the phone.
You never took that lady shopping.
I'm sorry?
You never took that lady shopping.
No, I never took her shopping, Mo.
No. All right.
I never took her shopping. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mo. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone else.
You were the Target. I thought you were the Target.
No, but I never took Ashley shopping. I mean, if she wants to go shopping.
Vince, you're not. You are unserious. You are unserious. You are unserious, Vince.
I'm not unserious. I'm not unserious.
You are throwing out a gentle sub to Ashley that you are still open to taking her shopping. Vince.
That's a joke. You're right. I shouldn't have said that. That's a joke.
No,
Ashley is a wonderful person. She is doing wonderful things, and I don't do nothing but wish her the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you did kind of take, I felt like that whole energy between you and Darius was really about you kind of taking up for Ashley. But then I was confused because she kind of took up when Darius was like, you need to shut the F up. Then she kind of took his side. Why do you think that happened?
Because in between time, I think that's when he was telling her stuff that I said that I didn't say.
Okay.
And I think that that's what swung the pendulum for it to be like, oh, because I tried to speak to her one day and she said, no, I'm not, don't talk to me at all. And I was like, that's insane. That's never happened before. Like I was in front of her though. It wasn't like on a phone conversation. Like I was just, and so I just believe that a lot of stuff was said that was untrue. And I come to find out a lot of stuff was being said that wasn't untrue. I mean, that wasn't true. And I just wasn't playing that game. I wasn't playing the game of talking to, even when she asked me what was said, I didn't tell her anything because that's whack to me. I don't want to talk to you about what other people said. You ask them people. I just tell you what I said.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I think that's, that was the energy. That's why it was so, I was like taken aback when he was like, you're jealous and because I'm just like, yeah, like.
3 women said that you were because y'all didn't have the same connections. That's why I'm like, why?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, anybody who's watching this knows that, well, Vince wouldn't be jealous of a Darius, like, because we don't.
What you meant. We knew.
I'm just saying we don't value the same things. I don't have any furs. I don't have any jewelry. I don't have any of this. This material stuff, these cars, like, it's a wonderful life that he lives. But I don't have it. Stop. Don't do that. We don't know. We don't know. You're right.
We have learned.
We don't know. So what I'm saying is that I value my family. I value, my community. I value helping out children. I value my physical fitness. So for me to be intimidated or jealous by him would mean that I want something that he has, and I don't want anything that he has.
Gotcha.
I mean, and I'm saying that to you guys, but you guys could see who I am and see who he is.
No, everybody could see. It's very opposite. It's very opposite.
So I mean,
I was surprised that there was like, I'm like, why are women going back? Because they probably don't like the same.
Nobody said that.
Donna did not like. Donna made it clear. Vince, I'm not Vince. Darius, I see all through that. And we knew what she's like. The people that you guys would connect with would not make sense.
Hey, no, nobody told him that I was jealous or intimidated by. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Okay. Nobody said that. Like, I mean, that's ridiculous.
When Bello came on the show, he came because that's who we talked to this season. We had another interview scheduled, but the young lady said it was too much at the time. But Bello came on and Bello said that he was the closest to you and Darius, which was weird.
I don't know why he said that.
That's what he said.
Well, damn.
I don't know why he said that. You know how many times I've talked to Bello? That's insane. It's insane that he would say that. I don't know what's going on. I
don't know, but that's what he said. He said he was a client. We were trying to figure out. They don't seem like they would all.
We wouldn't. We wouldn't. I don't. I go to work. I take care of my children. I go to the gym. It's not a secret. Or I'm easy to find. I'm in the city.
Yeah.
These people are not. Come on. Come on.
Okay, Vince, do you want to get married again?
I do.
What would it take for you to trust and to be like locked in with somebody? Because you obviously have quite the opportunities. Because if you were able to have connections with Donna, Lauren, and Nicole, three all the women on the show are beautiful, but all these beautiful women and a little bit of flirtations with Ashley, then obviously the people that we are not seeing is probably a little out of control. So I'm just saying
that allegedly.
Those first three are not alleged. But Vince, what do you want? What do you want, and what would make you ready to settle down and actually
Let me tell you this, Christal. I appreciate that question.
Okay.
Contrary to popular belief, I just want to enjoy myself. I just want to enjoy life. I just want to, it's funny that I got that rep of arguing with people, and I'm telling you right here, I'm gonna look straight in this camera and tell you, I don't like arguing with people. I don't like it at all. Obviously, I'm not for any bullshit, and you're not gonna, pull a wool over my eyes. I'm not gonna act dumb just so you can look smart. I'm not gonna do that. But, I just want to enjoy myself. I like I said, I'm blessed to be in great health. I'm blessed to have a great career. I'm blessed to have these wonderful, big, beautiful, healthy children. So I just want to enjoy myself. I don't need a lot of drama. I don't need a lot of uh, social media. I don't need a lot of stuff. It's just, hey, like I'm way more simple than probably, people may think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it would just take somebody to understand that the extra stuff I'm not into. I just want to just enjoy it. We're doing good. This is life is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Life is beautiful. We're having a great time. I'm having a great time. So why should we do anything else but just have great experiences and have great times? Obviously, we're not going to agree all the time, and I get that, but that's not to say we still can't have a great time, because guess what? If I'm wrong, as you saw on the show and you see here, I'm going to be the first one to say I'm sorry I was wrong. I don't want that to live and grow and fester. I want to be, hey, I'm wrong, let's fix it. Tell me how to do better. If you need time, I understand that too. But I just want to live a life of blessings, abundance, and enjoyment. That's all.
But you have the parameters in place that seem like it's structure. So I want happiness, but I also want to do this according to my own process, and that process is structure. Is that process flexible, or
it's very flexible? It's very flexible. If I thought that in the 3 months that I felt like this is a person that I can't be without, we have great time, the experience is amazing, and I'm like, no, you're not going nowhere. Well, here's the ring. Like, let's please don't leave me. Like, I mean, it's definitely a case by case basis, and that's all that I was trying to explain on the show, is that it's case by case. I don't have a definite thing.
right?
It's just a case by case basis. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's so, it could be 3 weeks, 3 months. It could be 3 years. I know nobody wants to hear that.
Respectable answer, and I often say that if the person makes you feel that way, it's not cookie cutter. You just don't never know. Like,
you don't.
But you know what? From a female's perspective, I respect that from you guys. Hey, baby. I respect it from the guys, but I do think as a woman, that's why I say if he don't feel like that, if it's anything less than a yes, it's a no, because you're going to know when you feel like that about a woman. And my last question for you is, it's two parts. Do you think that you have healed? Because even if you have a amicable divorce is still divorce, specifically with your children. And it's obvious that your children are very important to you. So for you to make the decision for you guys to split, it had to be something, there had to be a point where it's like, this won't work. Have you healed from that? And do you feel like you missed out? Because you mentioned getting married young, and I got married young. I would have been fine.
I missed out? I don't understand what you mean
feel
by
like
that.
you missed out after you missed out on some of the 304s while you were married? Like, did you
Oh,
miss out?
okay.
Did you want
So
to go back and get some of that out of your system?
I'll answer the first question first. I think that I am completely healed from the divorce. The only reason that I say that is because of the relationship that I can have with the children's mom now.
Okay.
The only way I can have that relationship is being healed because we didn't have the relationship before, and it's because I wasn't here.
That's fair.
So to have the relationship that I have with her and to talk about what needs to be done. Now it's not always great, you know. I mean, we're living real life here, so it's not always great,
Yeah.
but I can appreciate that the main thing that we have in common is those children, and we both want the best for them.
Yeah.
And so if that means swallowing, you know, my pride or her swallowing hers, we both have, you know, swallowed pride
Mhm.
just for them. And to know that she would do that, it makes me want to do it even more because, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, we're on the same page with these children.
Okay.
As far as the second part, again, I don't go out a lot. I'm
Okay.
not a go out. I've never went out to clubs and, you know, parties, and I don't I just don't do that stuff a lot. So I don't feel like I've missed out on anything because it's just not my character. It's just not my personality. I could do without clubbing and in the nightlife, and I could that stuff doesn't mean anything to me. Like I said, what means something to me is that, you know, I have these beautiful, healthy children and I get to see them. I get to, you know, actually interact with them. And so that's more important to me than, you know, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I mean, because I can do whatever I want to do.
Well, now we were married.
Well, no, not
No,
when I'm
I'm
married, but
saying
I
so
mean,
the fact that you're on the show and there's 3 women that you were kind of, that suggests that maybe there's a healthy appetite for.
no, I think that I can understand that perspective, but I think it's just me saying, "Hey, I appreciate you, Donna, for letting me know what you want, and I appreciate the conversation. And if it's not working out, then you know I appreciate you letting me know that we should do this."
Mhm.
And when she said that, I did exactly what we discussed doing.
Mhm.
And, you know, like I said, once they met up and they were not, you know, speaking with me, and 3 months later, Nicole's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, we can go out. I don't I wouldn't call that a healthy appetite. I would just call that a single guy. That's what I would call it.
But Dennis, no, you're the only person the only person that we know that dated 3 out of the 10. 4 almost with Ashley.
Again, I don't.
That what percentage is that? I know it's 40%.
Yeah, that's an easy percentage, Crystal.
It is, but I'm just saying I was being funny because Stephen made that thing about, but anyway, that's more than the other people. So it feels like you're a little bit of a ladies' man, a simple ladies' man.
Yeah, I just you like I said, it doesn't have to be anything deep. I enjoyed hanging out with Lauren. She's a great time, along with Nicole. So who is somebody over there, or what's going on? You being held hostage, or what's going
Oh,
on?
it's my husband. He
Oh,
just
okay.
he has opinions as well.
Uh,
But but we're gonna leave it at that. Vince, I hope that we wish everybody love, that comes on this show. I did see that you went through a physical, you changed yourself physically, that you shared on, I believe I was looking through some of your social media. You got yourself in shape and like really like, Vince is shredded up. So that maybe the 6 feet tall, 6 figures, and six pack was about Vince and not Bello. It appears.
It couldn't have been about Bello because I don't think he's 6 feet and I think he got a fucking belly. So
that's what was shared.
That's not shots. That's the actual truth. What are you talking about?
It was, but no. So what inspired you to go on your health journey? And was that difficult, or was that just something that you felt like it was time to do?
I've been working out for over 15 years now. What I think you saw is that I do this thing called 75 hard,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 75. It's 70. You know? Are you familiar?
I am. Yeah.
So yeah. So when I do that, that's when I shred up the most. So that's when you can see everything, 6 pack.
Yeah.
It's 75 days of like just only water, working out twice, reading a book.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really intense, and it's really focused. But every time I come out of it, I'm in a much wonderful place.
Yeah.
I'm in a much better place than I was when I went into it. And sometimes I do it and I encourage people to do it with me because it's you come out. First of all, you come out in great shape. You come out with a lot of clarity, and it's a great program to push yourself. And so that's what you saw was the 75 hard. But I've been working out for a long time and getting people in shape. And like I said, I train the children. I train boys basketball, strength train boys as well. So I do some public speaking with the boys as well too. So I've been on this fitness journey for a long time now, and
Right. Well, that's what's up. No, I appreciate you sharing. I did see that, and I thought a lot of times when people do that, they're like trying to switch, trying to make a change. I did try it. I did not make it. I will try it again.
Well, the thing is that you have to learn how to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
You can't say I didn't make it because I know the rules are if you mess up a day, you gotta learn how to forgive yourself and say, hey, I missed that workout, but I'm right back on it tomorrow. You can't, be so hard on yourself. And a lot of people are hard on themselves, and that's why they quit. You can't quit. You can't be hard on yourself. You have to give yourself grace. You have to understand that you're human and keep going. And then you will be happy that you did keep going because you'll be happy with the results that you get.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to try it again and not stop, because that's what you feel like if you don't do it and it's very difficult, you have to stop. Mo, do you have any other questions for Vince?
Nah, I think the brother wrapped it up pretty good there. I mean, the chat is wilding.
I can't see it.
You after this goes off, it's up there. You'll see. But
what? Okay, Mo. If the chat is wild, and what can I respond? What do you think I should respond to?
Nothing. I mean, because they're offering their own conversations. That's what winds up happening.
They are wild, and some people are gonna agree with you. Some people are not.
They're having conversations with Lauren. It's totally different. That's what I'm saying. They're not even that offer you. They're just talking to Lauren.
Oh my God.
It's all good.
Do you want to come sit on camera? My husband said from the side, he said that Lauren was the biggest player of everybody. Lauren played. She played everybody. I mean, I don't know if she played well. She definitely.
He tried. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on to the camera, because you're saying it on the side. They hear your voice. All right.
So what's your name, Vince?
This is Vince. Yeah.
Sure.
Hold on, Vince. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. And this is just from the outside looking in, right? I've heard all the stories and stuff like that. I watch my wife show all the time. So I'm gonna tell you this right here, bro. Your girl Lauren, she played everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you. And
why you say that?
Because she was always in the midst of everything, from my understanding. Right. No, and I'm just telling you. I just on the outside.
Well, she said she made it seem like all the guys picked her off camera.
But the thing of it is, she didn't get exactly what she wanted. And then the thing about it is, like, and I'm gonna say this to you too, no hard feelings. You tried You try to play everybody too, but you got played. I just thought I'd let you know that because of the fact of it is, like you said, I was listening to my wife. I was listening to the conversation earlier, and y'all was like, Donna, what's her name? Donna, right? You went from picking Donna to possibly maybe having drinks with Lauren.
Lauren, no, he did have drinks with Lauren.
Okay, Lauren tried you.
She didn't try him. She did. She did it.
No, she did, and we didn't go, we didn't have drinks that day. And but you're right.
They went out.
Yeah, but
no, we didn't go out that day. We didn't go out that day either.
Oh, you see, I thought you guys saw each other. You didn't see each other at all?
No, we saw each other, and she asked, did I want to go for drinks? And I told her it wouldn't be appropriate because I just chose Donna, and then we went our separate ways.
Then he reached out to her later.
That's what I'm saying.
So after I spoke to Donna and we decided that we were going to not be exclusive, then I talked to Lauren.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. She dangled that worm in front of you.
Right? Correct.
She was beautiful.
Yeah, she dangled.
Correct. I
worm in front of you, and
we spoke about that earlier, and I told Christal that I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, you're right. You should have did that.
I shouldn't have did that.
But most men, if you are, because it's beautiful women, and especially men don't seem to be able to
the only reason that I said that I shouldn't have is because of the way that, you know, like I said, I told Donna what was going on, and of course Lauren knew what was going on as well, but I didn't know that somebody would try to make somebody feel bad because of it. I didn't know that. And I should have known that because I consider myself more intelligent than that. I missed that though. So as I was telling your wife, and as she was getting on me as far as why would you do that, I was telling her it was wrong. It was wrong.
Hey,
I don't have no excuse.
Yeah, she tried you. She tried you.
And I went for it, and because of that, the connection that I had with Donna, it diminished a little bit, but because of the honesty that I gave to Donna, it didn't kill everything. It just was like, hey, like that's bullshit. You shouldn't have did that. Even though you told me, you should have told me it was her. And I understood that. I can't argue that. I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just telling you, your girl Lauren, man, she tried to play it.
Basically, you're saying Lauren was the biggest boss.
Oh yeah, she was.
Well, that's an opinion. That's an opinion.
She had a lot of the guys, and I don't know. We haven't talked. We see her comments, but even on the show, she said Steven told her that he was that.
Okay, hey, let's do this. Let's do this, Christal. Steven number one connection was Channon. Darius was Ashley. Bello was Dominique. Mines was Donna. Devon was Dominique.
You go.
So I mean, I don't understand. You know, like I get it. I get what is trying to be said, but I'm just going by just the facts here.
Yeah. Do you think, and I don't want to keep going, I don't want to ask you questions over and over again, but do you think that people were saying one thing on camera and then something else off camera?
No. I think that it was pretty clear to everybody that was watching and everybody that was there who Bello liked. I don't think that it was. I think it was very clear who Steven liked. I think it was very clear who I liked. I don't think it was now. Were we still saying like, well, I still have a connection with Lauren, and she is, you know, my number 2 or number 3. Yeah, people were saying that, but I mean, to make it seem as if. It doesn't even need to be said because everything that was seen, it was like if any of those guys liked Lauren more, then they would have been with Lauren.
Yeah, that's that. What men do what they want to do.
And,
do what they want to do.
yeah, I mean, it's not, and I feel like, yeah, like if Bello liked Lauren more than Dominique, he would have been with Lauren.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Mo, what's happening?
I'm reaching out to someone. But guys,
I know you are. Vince, we have had you for 2 hours. I appreciate you.
It's been
you know, sharing from you. I don't, it, to me, it doesn't make sense to say that you weren't being honest, because you were honest about what made you look good and what made you look bad. So
and yeah,
your truth.
And like I said, I'm not. I hate that. You know, the only person that that I was very, very apologetic to was Donna, because I hate that, that her feelings, that she felt that way. Like I said, even though I don't feel like I did anything wrong, it doesn't mean that I don't care for her. It doesn't mean that I never want her to, feel bad. Even in the whole situation with Lauren and the whole bitch situation. Now, I didn't feel like I was wrong, but I did feel like if I made her feel bad, I feel bad about that. So
I don't even think Lauren felt wrong. I think people made her feel
even if she felt bad, I didn't want her to feel like that. That's why that is what the apology was. It was genuine in the fact that I felt bad that she felt like that. Yeah. And I'm the one who played a part in that. Right. And I didn't think that was, I thought that was messed up. So, again, I'm not this person that I'm going to say I'm right. And I'm like, no, I be fucking up. And when I do fuck up, I need to be, if I want to hold everybody accountable, then I need to be the biggest person holding myself accountable as well.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I said this all season. I make mistakes all the time as a parent, as a wife, Jesus, as all types of stuff. I make a mistake. I will definitely say it. But I also think people see things differently. Like, I think me as a woman, I could look at Nicole and say, she really likes you, probably more than you liked her. Right. Mm-hmm. But I also kind of feel like you like Donna and you respect her. But I feel like if it was really, really, really Donna was really the one, you would never have walked away from her in the beginning. That's just what I think.
You mean that if Donna was the one, I wouldn't have walked away from her after we left the experience?
No. Yeah. Like, you wouldn't have said,
well, you have to understand that, like, it's not me walking away from Donna. Donna wants certain things. And if I can't be that guy, I would never hold her hostage. Yeah. Because, I don't want to, to walk away. I want to have the time to get to know her better and to do things. But if I can't do what she's asking me to do, then it's unfair for me to hold her hostage. It's just unfair. And if I am being true and I care about her the way that I'm saying I care about her, then letting her go is caring about her.
No, I agree with that. I agree. I'm just wondering, like, if the stars were aligned, would you have been like, you know what? I'm going to make these changes because she's worth it.
Yes. If the stars were aligned, if we were closer. Yeah. What we were saying, if we were closer, if I'm just giving an example here. If she's let's move in 3 months. Yeah. And I'm let's move in a year. Yeah. If we can close the gap. Right. Then if she gives me, I'll give you 8 months, and then I come down from my year to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was closer, then of course. But like I said, Donna is a very smart lady, and we can have very candid conversations. And when we did, it just didn't match. And it wasn't, nobody hates each other. It's not wrong that we don't match. It's actually beautiful that we could talk and understand that we don't match. It's beautiful.
Right. That's true. Is there any open doors for you and Donna to potentially connect? Is that door closed? Is the door with Lauren closed? Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, that.
You don't know?
I know. I just don't want to answer.
That's fair. Unfair. Okay. Well, we appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely always appreciate honesty and candor. So, you know,
Mo, what you have going on over there?
Yeah, that was low key like weird. Like you just went into a whole.
What do you have going on? Because if it's something that you want to ask or something you want to say,
truth be told, I was trying to correspond with somebody to get some stuff straight for the show. Actually, that's why I was going back and forth
for this.
For
this conversation,
the show, but for another episode to see if they wanted to come on.
Is it foreign?
Of course it is.
DM, we'll talk.
Okay. I was just like, you were texting fast and furiously, so I figured it was in response to this.
All I would say is that, you know, you guys have a really great dynamic. You're very intelligent, Christal. Like I said, I saw some of your writings and things like that. I think that Mo, you definitely bring a dynamic that is real, but it's your opinion, but it's real. And I think that you guys bounce off each other beautifully. I would just say that, in my opinion, you need to hold everybody accountable. Everybody. I mean, including me, by the way, because I don't think you guys, I don't want you to let me off the hook either. But if somebody is, a lot of people like to say a lot of stuff because, I couldn't blame anything on the edits. Whatever you saw, that's who I am.
Thank you.
We respect.
I respect that. I'm not
always says that.
Yes, I do, because I have been a celebrity publicist for a long time, and people would come to me to help them prepare to be on reality shows. And I'm like, the only thing you can do is not give them yourself, which is going to be very difficult under pressure, right? It's going to be very difficult to hold back. And when you do, they're going to just take who you are and they're going to amplify it. And if you don't like that, it's because you don't like what you really look like. It's not a lie.
And of course, I'm looking at me. I'm seeing what's going on. And yeah, most of the stuff is amplified. But I'm like, that's who I am.
Okay, I do have a question. What do you have to, what were your thoughts on the you and Christina? What is that? It seems to be that you guys have a little bit of a disdain for one another. I don't understand it.
It's not as bad as what they show on TV. Christina has invited me out to her podcast numerous of times, and I work, so I wasn't able to go. It's not that I'm not there because of we have any beef with each other. She has been very, very generous with inviting me, saying, hey, even if you could come off of work, even if you could, like, it's not as bad as they make it look on TV. The problem is with Christina is that, again, I'm Vince, and she's Christina. So those personalities are going to do this. But even when we were at the reunion, we sat in the confessional, we talked. Like, it's not as bad as what they made it seem.
Yeah.
But
what she said was, I would understand why you're talking, because you were never someone I was.
She tried to, but I believe that she did that because she didn't like where my question was going, and she never answered it.
Yeah.
And what my question had to do with is accountability. It had to do with real life, and I didn't want to be up there either. They set me up there. I didn't want to be up there. I was wondering what she was wondering. Why am I up here? Yeah. But what?
Favorite part is when you came up to. I really like this part. She said something to you. You was like, and you seem to really enjoy it.
Like that.
That's what
she was talking about the guys paying for her massage, and you were like, and that seems to really make you happy.
And that's who I am. That's not, even though that conversation was like 15 minutes long and they edited it down to the 2 minutes that that was the conversation.
Yeah.
That was who I was, and that is who she was. So I look at that experience, and like I said, I never tell anybody about stuff that wasn't said because it's just not relevant. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not relevant because you, I mean, I don't know. It seems like you've been doing this for a long time. You're not. I'm not putting you up on something to say that, oh, this happened and it was me and Christina talked for 15 minutes and they only showed 2 minutes. Like, you probably already know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you find entertaining is our back and forth about her enjoying these guys paying but so
Got me. Hey, that I like Christina. I think every
again, me and Christina have no beef.
yeah.
We have no beef. And if I was available, I would have been at her thing because she asked me several times to come, and I just wasn't I wasn't available to come.
Did you think, because you said you actually gave her I kind of gave her an alley-oop, I thought, because you were like, well, it seems like it's not about the money so much as it's about the intention and that kind of thing. Did you honestly think that?
Well, that's what she was saying. So
Okay.
all I was trying to do is say, hey, well, if it's more about the character and all that, then I feel like you should lead with that and rank that higher than you do the money. Since you're saying that it's more about that, then press on that. That's all. That's all I was saying. That's all. I wasn't trying to be like you said. I was actually throwing her alley oop. I wasn't trying to be a jerk or an asshole.
I didn't think it was warranted. I didn't think she needed the alley-oop. I think she wanted the money, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So I think that like I said, everybody is cool. Speaking of stuff that they didn't show, and Mo, maybe you could appreciate this, Mo. At the '70s party, when I was when they told me that this thing about Lauren called a B, I did cuss out all the guys in the back because I thought that was weak. And I thought that I said, I cussed them all out, and I thought it was gonna be a fight because I went there because I was just like, where I'm from, when you speak a certain way, you're trying to
Men
want that energy.
He calls it men amongst men. Yes.
Yeah. So I was, hey, like, whoever want to do whatever, like, that's what we need to do. But we're not going to just be speaking behind each other's back and being weak. That's not going to happen.
Who leaked that?
Yes.
You care to share?
It is over with, and I don't, I don't care to share, but it's pretty obvious.
We got you.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I just wish when I looked everybody in their eyes and said, "Hey, don't be weak." I wish that they would have said something then instead of tucking their tail in between their legs, because that to me, that just made me not respect anybody.
Fair.
Yeah, that was why. Because Mo said that. Mo was like, "That's how men talk," and unfortunately, I have heard them talk like that.
Yeah, and I like I said, when I spoke to Donna, I understand that my mouth needs to be better. I understand that some people don't rock with what I'm saying. I understand that. I completely and Donna was not on board with that. Donna was like, "Hey, motherfucker, like, chill out." Like, she wasn't like, "Yeah, that's fine." She was like, "You need to, like, you wilding out. Like, you need to chill out." So I understood that. I just still thought it was weak to go behind my back and then just not only say it but misrepresent what I said.
Right.
So,
and from what we heard, everybody laughed.
We were just kicking it.
Right.
Like I said, and I'll take the hit. Maybe I shouldn't have used the word, but I definitely wasn't trying to be derogatory or mean towards Lauren, because as I spoke to her, I said, me and you don't have no beef with each other.
Right.
So
we don't have. You think I'm calling you something derogatory? Like I don't like you? Like, no, like we were. They said something. I thought it was out of pocket, and I wasn't even speaking to her. This is what's crazy. I was speaking in general. what I was saying is that just because, and I don't know, your people be getting mad about this word, but just because a bitch is tall, any bitch. I wasn't speaking about Lauren. I was just saying, that don't pigeonhole me to whereas someone is tall and you think that that's for me, like that's weak. Well, because y'all short, y'all wanna throw her off, or like, that's weak because like everybody said, I said Lauren has more to offer than just her height. So if you're diminishing her or minimalizing her to just that, then you gonna miss out on something. And that goes for anybody. That goes both ways.
Somebody in the chat said, but you have a daughter.
I do.
A small daughter. What would you feel if you heard that conversation said and your daughter, somebody said that about your daughter?
I have heard it, and I had to have a conversation with her. I've heard it. We in the city, baby. Like, we in the city. I've talked to somebody. I mean, I'll share it with you. Somebody wrote on the wall, my daughter, her name is a bitch. They wrote it on the bathroom wall. She was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
She was tore up. But, I just, we had to have that conversation. Like you're very popular. You're very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This person obviously is targeting you. And if you wasn't who you are, if you didn't have a light that shined as bright as the sun, then they wouldn't be thinking about you anyway.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is something that she had to go through. But I'm just like, but it's because of who you are. It's because of how wonderful you are that somebody wants to put some graffiti on the wall. They didn't say it about nobody else. Like, so
Yeah.
it's tough, and I understand it, and you ain't nobody gonna tell me that I don't love my daughter. Like, so, but I get it. I understand. I get it.
Yeah. That was interesting. That was interesting how the guys do, because Mo has been saying that that's just how men talk.
Amongst men, if it gets outside of that circle, you weren't meant to understand it. So
it gets worse than that. That's light.
Well, first of all, men talk more than women, and y'all should have known that men. I've been telling him, because we've been friends for a long time. Men are the word.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and they always talk to women about each other, specifically when they are trying to shade the other guy because
correct. But that's the thing, Christal. You got people like me, maybe like Mo. I don't need to talk about another guy to be with a woman. So
Mo says dirty macking.
And I don't want to talk about another guy, because why am I talking about him? Like, I don't want, if that's how I have to get it, then I probably don't need it or don't deserve it.
That part.
And so I yeah, like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. When I met Dominique, I said, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
It's okay. She's a beautiful woman. She has a lot going on, but it ain't for me. Like,
yeah.
So why would I don't need to, because she's beautiful and I want her to like me. Like, this just ain't for me.
Yeah.
And both ways. I don't have nothing for her. She don't have nothing for me. So since we established that, we could be great friends with each other.
Right.
Can I say this just for the record? I don't have a problem with Donna. I just like her hair.
I'm telling Mo, I'm telling you, this woman was working on her PhD while being on a reality show, while still going to work and going to the gym. I apologize.
You don't have to apologize, Mo. You stop.
What'd you say, Mo?
I said, when you was at Target, you should have got her a wig. No, for real. I never said I didn't like her.
Well,
she's giving her a hard time, and he likes older women. He's into Gayle King.
She's Donna is very hard not to like, because she's a wonderful person. But I did know that she made a conscious effort to be as real as she could be, and she was.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, so people, because people, I saw not just our show, because but people get, well, yeah, we did on the reunion. People gave Donna a hard time for some of the clothes that she wore. You actually, when you guys went out to the park that day, and she had on that romper shorts, and you were like, "What is going on?" You didn't know what was happening.
I did not. But again, Donna's my girl. She has to respect that just as well as I'm going to tell her you're beautiful. I'm going to tell her I don't know what that is. And it's not coming from a place of that I think anything bad about her. I just didn't know whether it was a skirt. I didn't know whether it was a shorts. I didn't know if it was ass out in the back. I didn't know what was going on. So I thought that I would ask, and and I did, and so, but again, that was that. Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Mo.
And that's a great way to end.
Yo, thank you for being a good sport, man.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out. I mean, for showing up and being a good sport and understand. We're just judging it based on what we see. We really don't know y'all.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't take it, but only so serious. But thank you.
And you're right, Mo. And I think a lot of people need to look at it just like you just said. Obviously, I have wonderful, things going on with my children, with my life. So I can't take it too serious because, I mean, like you said, it's just a little a bit that you guys get, and then you guys give your opinion, which is entertainment. It's just entertainment.
Most of the time, I feel like most of the time it's right. In a way.
It is right because you're going off of what you saw.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Vince, I know a lot of reality stars. Mo, we live in Atlanta. I know a lot. I'm just thinking, like, I bet you if I were to name some people and I would ask everybody in the chat what they thought about that person based on what they've seen, it would be true. Because usually what you see is amplified bits of that person.
Correct.
Because the TV we don't want to see y'all for 24 hours a day. So what they have to do is they have to take the most interesting thing and put that out. And usually that's right. Now, again, if you can't see yourself, then that's on you. But I mean, from Real Housewives to Love and Hip Hop, it always is people like, oh, that's just the edit. We like, that's you. That's you.
Correct.
That's you. It may be like, it may be we don't get to see the wonderful part. People always want to say, well, they don't show when I give to the nonprofits. Okay. But guess what else you do see? You talk.
Correct.
Like, come on, you can't.
Correct. And I completely understand that. Obviously, I didn't have a scene with my children in the show.
Right.
I didn't have a scene,
Not a father, because you didn't see your kids. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a scene in the gym. I didn't have a scene where I was
given. We can tell when a man has been in the gym, and we do appreciate that. When women as a whole, I just feel like we need to say we do appreciate men that are in the gym, because sometimes men assume that women don't care about that, but we do. I just have to say that for the women. We do appreciate it, and we do see, and we know who's there and who's not.
Thank you. Mo, are you in the gym, Mo?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's that.
Answer, no.
I got a gym. I got a treadmill here. I do a couple things, but I'm not that guy. I'm not the gym guy. No.
Why not?
Of course, growing up, and I did play PAL, Police Athletic League. I played football for them and basketball. I wasn't great at basketball, but I was a great baseball player. So I was very involved in athletics.
What years were these?
Up until my I stopped in the middle of my 9th grade year.
Okay.
PAL's before you get to high school, Chris.
I'm just asking because I've just known you from when I knew you.
I was in my late 20s, early 30s. It's different.
Yeah. I'm just my muscle memory is there. I'm just asking questions, looking for answers.
I was in baseball.
We've been friends for a long. He gets on me. He says lots of jokes about me. I got jokes about him.
I see.
But this was a lot of fun, Vince. I knew it would be because I could see that you are intellectual. Beauty and Brains, I'm throwing shade on Mo. Y'all don't say nothing when Mo is throwing shade on me. Okay, telling people that. Anyway, he throws a lot of shade.
It's fine. We understand that you were saying, Mo, when were you involved in any athletics? Because you don't look like it, nor do you seem like it. I understood what you were saying, and he got to take that.
And he doesn't, he's not even trying to say that he was. He is not.
So
trust me, I'm 55 years old. I look better than most 55-year-olds. So trust me.
There's that. There's that. You get. Yeah, you set the bar at 55 years old. I guess you are winning at that point.
How old are you, Vince?
44.
Okay. And how old was Nicole?
You got to ask her.
I just felt like she was so much younger than you guys. Mentally.
Okay.
I will say that. I was just
well,
saying.
I appreciate you guys. I have a very early morning, and so I have to get out of here. But you guys keep, as I told you, Christal, keep doing what you guys are doing. Do it like you guys are doing it. The only thing that I would say is hold everybody accountable. Don't be for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't if it doesn't make sense, just like you told me. Hey, well, how would she know that you did? That was a great question because that didn't make sense. And and that's how you should be holding people accountable. And if people don't like to be held accountable, they get the fuck off the show.
We feel like that and always have. So I was like, y'all gonna be sensitive. If the cast can't take it, then we say our answer, they don't have to come. But we do appreciate it. And I just want to wish you much success and love. I look forward to hearing one day that Vince has found the one to make him change his process. It's gonna happen.
It may be sooner than you think.
We need something. Ready to Love needs a win. Ready to Love needs a win.
Okay. Well, again, I appreciate you guys. Have a great night.
You too. All right. Thanks, Vince. All right. That was fun. I enjoyed that. What'd you think?
Absolutely. I like hey man, I hope y'all got what y'all want or were looking for.
No, the chat was crazy tonight.
It was
crazy. Y'all was going off. I do want to say to everybody that we will not be here Wednesday because I'm headed to LA. I'm headed to LA in the morning, and I'm going to be at the Pan-African Film Festival. And Lennox and Parker is doing a tribute during the comedy, to the Soul of Comedy at the Pan-African Film Festival. So I'll be making a presentation there. Tony Rock is hosting. I'll try to bring you guys some clips from that, a little grace and gossip from behind the scenes there. So you will be able to tune into the reprint on Wednesday morning, but we won't be here Wednesday evening, which is why we wanted to do today. And then we will be back on Friday. We'll be here on Friday. Now, Friday is going to be very special because Friday is Valentine's weekend. So trust me, we're going to have a great time on Friday. Hopefully, you all come, dressed to enjoy your Valentine's. You guys will be our Valentines. I will be hanging out with you guys on Friday, and then we'll be, but we all are going to be each other's Valentines on Friday. And then on Saturday, if you don't have a Valentine, you can be your own Valentine. Everybody come in the silk pajamas. Come in your silk Valentine pajamas.
Y'all can meet me. If you don't have a Valentine, y'all can meet me at 12 o'clock at the CVS down the street from my house, and we're going to knock down all the Valentine's Day cards and run. I do this every year. So
first of all, one year I got stuck in the snow, and I didn't have a man, but I got stuck in the snow like January 20th or something. So I was on the road for 12 hours. Finally, I was able to get off the road by Mo's house. He came to the CVS to help me so I wouldn't have to drive all the way to his house. We ended up getting stuck in there with a bunch of people.
That's not what happened.
It is.
I was already at the CVS. I was stuck. I didn't come. I was already stuck.
Well, I thought you were helping me. My bad. So he was at the CBS. So we ended up staying the night in there with a lot of other people. And Mo did knock over the Valentines. I snuggled on one of the, because I was laying down. It was just a stressful night, but he does disrespect Valentine's Day, which I think is ridiculous because, you know, hey, take a chance and shoot your shot. You guys shoot your shot on Valentine's, or just, you know, just love on yourself.
There you go.
Yes, but I wanted to let you guys know we won't be here on Wednesday. I will drop a Grace and Gossip, and we will make sure that you're subscribed because we will let you guys know about our Friday guest, because we're going to have a really good time with that guest. We're going to be in our Valentine's best and a good time. I would love to hear your thoughts on the interview with Vince. If you are watching the replay of this, because I'm certain there's going to be quite a few of you that will be, let us know what you thought of the interview, what you thought of. I love the fact that Vince came ready to confront. He had some. He came with a purpose. He confronted us on the things that he didn't like, and I think it was. I respect that too. I respect that too. Keep that same energy.
We're not going to bite y'all.
No, we like to have fun, and we welcome every single cast member of Ready to Love is welcome. Every single one is welcome. We do not have favorites. We just want people to come and be honest. Don't give us no BS. I feel like with Bello, we had him before the end, so we weren't able to really get into it, you know. With Bello, so we didn't really hold him to the same level of accountability because he was here before. But every single cast member is welcome. We did have an interview for last week, but like I said, the young lady, I'm not going to say who it was because she didn't feel comfortable, but she was just it mentally wasn't a good time for her. But I did tell her she's welcome to come at another time if she wants to do that. So that being said, it is late. It is late on a Monday.
I don't be up this hour, y'all. I'm just let you know.
I know Mo has to go to work. I got a plane to catch in the morning. We love you guys for watching. Again, shouts out to Vince. My favorite part was just hearing a man speak positively about his children's mother, ex-wife. That was a beautiful thing. And I appreciate the fact that he owned his stuff. Like when he said that was just, and I was like, that was just some niggas. He was like, yeah, it was me just being greedy. But I also think ladies, take that as a no. If it's anything less than no, then yes. If he's not ready to claim you to go all the way, he know what he's doing. He just don't want to. He don't want to. And y'all are really almost Tamasha said Mo looks like a delicious Tootsie Roll Pop with that sweater on. You know what?
Okay. You like my thinking?
Somebody was like, Mo is 55 and looks good. I said, oh, okay. We need to get some more guys in here because Mo be having the women going through it. Tell them again, Mo, your mic went out.
I said, thank you kindly, ladies.
Yeah, the ladies love you. The ladies love you. All right, y'all. We love you guys for watching, and we will see you on Friday. I will see you on Wednesday if you tune in for the reprint. If you don't, we do the news for Lennox and Parker. We do the news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I would love to have you join me at 12 o'clock Eastern right here for the weekly news. But yeah, love you guys to pieces. See you on Wednesday and again on Friday for a happy Valentine's Day edition. All right.
Have a good